Hi there. You're about to enjoy the Chronicles of Tom and Jamie.
Hi everyone, I'm Kevin Mann.
Hey guys, my name's Annabelle Knight.
Hello, this is Becky Baldwin.
Hello, I'm Chesney.
Hey, what's up everyone? This is Braden from Say We Can Fly.
My name is Vish Precious from Pretty Addicted, and I am Lady Lucifer here to make your day evil. You're listening to the Chronicles of Podcast, so enjoy. Hail Satan.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the 128th edition of the Chronicles of Podcast. And these right here are the Chronicles of Pretty Addicted. It is I, the Beardy Brummy Jamie, and joining me as always, is this handsome fella right here.
What's going on, everybody? Tom's here. Hiya. And welcome to the Chronicles of Podcast. Hit it!
Ladies and gentlemen, this week we are bringing you a very special guest, a woman and musician who is unapologetically herself. A singer-songwriter who isn't afraid to speak her mind and challenge the world. A woman who, when my 12-year-old daughter saw her photo, said, "Oh my God, she looks so cool." This week, we bring you the leader of the Cult of Broken Children, Vish Precious, as we bring you the Chronicles of Pretty Addicted.
Oh man, what a beautiful intro. Thank you so much. And thank you. Really, thank you for having me. It's amazing to be here.
It's great to have you here, and I know it's taken us a while to get you here, so apologies for all the mishaps previous.
Have you ever given each other an intro?
No.
I haven't actually.
Would you know what you'd say?
That's good. Hey, we're supposed to be interviewing you here. What's going on here?
I'd big him up and he'd just call me a ginger brummy or something. No.
Yeah, prob. I mean, I was the best man at his wedding, so I think I feel like I've already given you one in a way.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And an intro.
So...
Anyway.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm taking it down a different route.
Bish, do not apologise. Do not. I know we briefly touched on it at the very beginning of this before we got into this cruxy, deliciousy part. But yeah. How has your Monday been?
Yeah, no, it's been really good. I was sitting here. I've got 3 notebooks in front of me with loads of shit on it that I need to do, and I was organising it all into like priority lists and sections because I'm really like scatterbrained and disorganized as a person. So if I've got things in front of me, I can focus because everything, well, you know, you guys talk about mental health. I suffer with bipolar disorder, and everything is like, I want to do everything at the same time and then nothing gets done. So I have to like organize it all. Like, this is the most important shit, and this is stuff for like 2 months time, and then this is stuff at the end of the year. And now I have like a 3-year plan in front of me. So yeah.
That's awesome. Do you then lose the notebooks though because of your disorganization?
No, I just buy more, and I'm looking at about 2 drawers of notebooks.
That's fun. That is phenomenal. That is absolutely phenomenal.
Hello.
While I'm here, let me show you. This is actually my merch room.
Whoa, nice.
And then this is like where I post merch and I get all my labels and stuff. I'm very, very organized.
Check you out. That's great.
The proper business in here.
Beautiful.
But before I like to take these things back to when you were younger when I started. But before all of that, how was your birthday? How was your holiday?
It was fantastic. And just so that no one's like wanting to ask the question of how old I was 36 years old. So I'm older than people think I am, but fuck it. It was beautiful. I was away in the sun, which I needed, and I promised myself for my holiday I would do nothing. So I did. And I didn't even think about a single thing. And it's like the first time I've ever switched off, I think, in a long time. So yeah, it was really, really good.
That's what we like. But before we talk all things Pretty Addicted, as I said, I like to take these things right back to the start. To take us back to the days of your youth, what did you want to be when you were growing up? Has it always been music for you or something completely different?
Always music. I mean, always writing. I went to like a performance art school when I was very, very little. So I was in like my first pantomime when I was like 8 or 9, I think. So I've always kind of been on the stage, and it doesn't really... like I've never really get too anxious of it, which has come in handy later in life. But writing my own songs, writing my own stories, creative writing, fictional things. I had like no friends, so I just talked to myself and sang songs to myself. And did as many creative things as I could, and I was a Christian, so I talked to God a lot, unanswered, of course, which kind of explains where I am now. But yeah, I spent a lot of time on my own, discovering who I was, for good and for worse, and yeah, just being as creative. And my parents are divorced, but my dad really loved music, and he taught me pretty much everything I know about bands and artists and stuff. And he showed me The Prodigy when I was 6, and that was fucking it. That is like my ultimate favorite band. The Prodigy and Marilyn Manson. That's why I kind of like to sort of sit in the middle somewhere in my own way. But Prodigy like opened me up to this mad thing. And then on the weekends when I would visit him, he'd play like raves down in his basement, and because he used to do like the decks, DJing and stuff like that. Sorry, sometimes I say like 100 things at once and it all comes out a bit stuttery, and it's all not good. Quite
all good.
But yeah, it was just I was like Christian in the week, and then I would go to his house on the weekends and listen to music. So it was like these mad 2 different lives. But yeah, just always consumed by music, and I just felt like music understood me. And when I got older and started writing music, and then people started saying to me that they understood things through my music, that was like, I never considered that could even happen. And that just like brought everything into this, like there's no success like that for me. Like someone saying that to you, that something I wrote helped them, like genuinely, not just to dance or mosh or anything, but like with their life. And that's just crazy, because there's like albums I can see in my head now that got me through actual times before social media, before friends, before relationships, like actual albums that I sat with like a human being and got me through a period of time. So yeah, music is my best friend.
So like your dad heavily influenced you then?
Yeah. And now he influences a lot of my songs that are about anger. Yeah, no, I remember like he was really into like Public Enemy as a kid, and like hip hop in general, and he taught me about like proper hip hop. I don't want to be one of those elitist cunts, but like, can I say cunt? I just did, sorry, twice.
That's all right. Yeah, you're okay. You're
fine, don't worry.
So like, he was really into old school hip hop and Kraftwerk and things like that, and the electronic start. And he was like the biggest Gary Newman fan as well. So all the different genres that I listened to through him, and then went on to just discover things for myself. And then of course, as we all did, Hybrid Theory when I was like 12, and that just like sets you all off. And I think all of us got into like alternative music probably that way, like our age anyway. I'm just assuming you're my age, but
I am.
Yeah. So yeah, but like I've always just loved all genres, and I think that you're really doing yourself a disservice if you say, oh, I don't listen to that genre. Like, you might like songs in that genre, even if that genre is not as a whole massively great to you. Like, don't take music away from yourself, just like dip your fingers in all the pies, because there's good stuff everywhere.
No, I agree. I think it's very much a teenage thing because you want to fit in and look cool. So, like, NSYNC and Backstreet Boys had some fucking unbelievable tracks.
Okay, first of all, they were my first ever love. Hang on, my partner's knocking the door. Let him in, sorry.
Yeah, go.
You can come in. No, there's a cat.
Everyone getting involved.
Okay, you are facing it, so quickly go through. Okay. Sorry, yes.
Right.
I knew he was going to come home at some point. Yeah, saying that, Backstreet Boys is actually my very first love. Like as like an obsession. And I remember having about 300 Backstreet Boys posters on my wall, and I used to kiss Nick Carter before every sleep. Oh my God, so sad.
Not at all. No, why was it sad?
Bangers. They had you know what? The album Black and Blue, like that was it. I love them. And then do you remember the whole like rivalry with NSYNC, and you can only pick one to like?
Yeah.
You couldn't say one, you couldn't say them both.
I loved that. We're back in the day with like 90s bands. You either like take that or Boyzone. Don't even fucking think about liking both.
Britney or Christina.
Yeah.
Nothing, like you can't like them both.
Brilliant.
That's actually quite sad. I see that sometimes happening in the industry now, actually. Sorry, my cat's going apeshit. I see that in the industry sometimes. It's quite sad where women especially, who are quite similar to each other, they're pitted against each other of like who you're allowed to like. No, chill. Sorry, my cat is going to... sometimes I see, like, obviously not naming names or anything, but sometimes I see women pitted against each other in the media where it's like there's only room for one of them on a lineup or in a magazine or something like that. And I think so there's a long way to go for women, but we are getting better.
Yeah, he'd be headlining shows as well, headlining festivals. I don't see a lot of that at the moment.
I mean, if I had a drink in my hand and I was a bit loose-lipped, I might say more. But
Okay.
I've many opinions about women on lineups and the kind of woman that's allowed on lineups and at a certain level and things like that. And I don't think I often feel like there's not a lot of room for like gobby women, shall we say?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I get what you mean.
I haven't had gobby in ages. Sorry, it's like, it's like I remember that word.
I'm from Croydon, mate. What can I say?
Says it all, Vish. Says it all.
I was a chav. I was a chav when I was younger. I was a proper chav. But I would have never allowed you to say chav. I loved like Eminem, and I would do like the hip hopper look. So it was like, I'm not a chav, I'm a hip hopper, you know.
Yeah, and Eminem again, absolutely unbelievable. There's so many. Oh, music's great. Sorry, it just is, isn't it? It's just wonderful.
If you could go on a desert island, I know there's no electricity or blah blah blah, and you could only take one genre of music with you, like what's your ultimate?
Oh, it's too difficult.
You can't pick one.
You can't, can you? It's just, you don't know what you're in the mood for.
That will sit with you now. I know that's the thing. There is a mood for everything, but it's like, and there's so many subgenres as well. That's why you shouldn't ever limit yourself. And I see a lot of like the punk police or the metal elitists or the goth elitists or like the industrial. There's like a lot of people that I'll meet that will say I only like this, and I'm like, why? There's so many different genres. Like there's a music song for every mood, you know.
Absolutely. And if I can't sleep tonight, Vish, I'll be emailing. 3 a.m. Metalcore.
3 a.m. is the hour. I was born at 3 a.m.
Oh, were you?
I'm a witch, mate.
So, in Pretty Addicted, you do music, the vocals, you do everything. That's right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what was it you originally wanted to do? Did you want to be a singer? Did you want to be a musician, or was this always the path you wanted to follow?
So, Pretty Addicted actually started as two people. We had an EP out, and he wrote most of the music and I just sang on it because I just we were just fucking about. There was like a year we just drunk a lot, and we were in his shed and he wrote music, and he was like, oh, I like your voice, because he heard it on something I did once, and he was like, do you want to fuck about and just like make a band? And we didn't really intend it to do anything, and like I say, he wrote most of the music. I like contributed little bits here and there. But we did it all together. But he left. We're still friends now, even though he's not in the band or anything. And he's a cool guy. But he left, and then I was left with like, okay, well, I've got a little taste of this now. What do I do? So I just learned how to produce. Like, I've written 5 albums that I consider mine, because they're the ones that I all wrote myself after this sort of duo thing. The first 3 I wrote in the studio with a producer, where I wrote everything, but he sort of pressed all the buttons, and I just told him what to do. I composed it and everything, but he sort of organized it for me. And he was my mentor, because the whole time he was just teaching me how to do it. And I needed him less and less with each album. And then the one I've just released was the very first one I wrote in my own studio that I built with like no help, and he mixed it for me, but I wrote the whole thing. I want to make that clear, because I said that's so super wrong. I wrote all of them myself, but when I say help, I mean he was like twiddling the knobs. Because I get this a lot. Like, people say to me, because I'm a woman, like, what man writes this for you? And it's fucking infuriating. Because I've written every fucking piece of sound on everything I've ever written. But yeah, so He quit music recently, actually. So I've got a new sort of guy that's going to mix the next one. But I remember when he told me that he was quitting, like I was in pieces because I was like, I've been working with you for 10 years. Like, you're totally part of my system. What do I do? And he was just like, he wrote me this email that like, well, I welled up reading. And he was like, you're the producer that you are now is nothing to do with me. It's because of you and like your talent. And I'm really proud of you. And it's been like amazing to watch you grow. And I was just proper like choked up because it was like the end of an era, but in a way of like I felt like I was ready to be completely on my own anyway, and having his approval when he's so good, it was just incredible. And he's always just maintained that he's done nothing. And I was like, no, you taught me everything I know.
Yeah, it's like he passed the torch.
Yeah, he was like the Dre to my Eminem,
Yeah. But I can see it though, because obviously if you do something for so long, eventually you could obviously start doing that shit yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And he's even going to teach me how to mix, so I don't even need a mixer. Like he said to me, the last album that he mixed for me, he said, you send it to me half mixed anyway, you just don't realize. And then he's like, half the work's already done, so let me just teach you, and then you can cut out these middlemen, and then you'll just need someone to master it. But it's definitely been a craft, for the last 10 years, and I've learned things I never knew. And it's quite funny because he calls it Vish language, the way I speak about things, because I'm not a techie person. So when I say to him, can you make that sound less yellow, he knows what I mean.
Okay.
So for me, when something sounds really yellow, it sounds like cheesy, like too. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
The synth is too bright.
Yeah, it's too Venga Boy. Let's calm down a little bit.
Don't be slagging off Venga Boy.
I'm not. You said cheesy, and that's what first thing that came into my head. Yeah. Yes, I'm not slagging him off. We all want to go to fucking Ibiza.
But yeah, so it's just like, but there's certain words I'll say where he knows, and he's like, to be honest, if you cut out the mixer, you won't have to teach anyone Vish language.
Yeah. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
The thing that baffles me with singers and solo artists and the like is that moment where you realise you can do it. Like that, for like, hey, I'm pretty good at this. I should record stuff. What was that moment? Can you remember that moment for yourself? Or was it just like, I'm going to do it, I don't care?
No, I don't think it was a moment. I think it was, I have like trouble with self-esteem anyway. So it's not, when I'm like completely, and you said it in the intro, I'm completely like unapologetically myself, and I will just do shit regardless. But being like sure of myself is a completely different thing. But I just kind of just do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, just do it, and whether you believe you can or not, it's just like, well, of course I'm going to do it. I want to fucking do it, so I'm going to do it, kind of thing. That's kind of just how I live my life. It's not, I don't worry whether I can. I just do it, and we'll just see what happens. That probably makes no sense.
No, it does. It makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Okay.
And
absolutely.
It's incredibly brave as well to just put yourself out there, because you're like, I love doing this. I'm doing it.
You know what, it is actually, and I've realised that because none of my family actually approve of what I do for a living, and they mock it. So it is brave in my circumstance, because they're all like, when are you going to stop and get a real job?
But you have a real job.
They don't see it that way.
But it's not their life.
I know, which is why I don't really associate with any of my family, and I have like no support. It's actually been quite hard to do this without like family rooting for you, which is why I created a family of my own, so that I can have people around me who support me.
Well, I would say this at the end, but I'll say it now. You're fucking smashing it out of that proverbial ballpark. So just keep fucking doing it. Like, fuck the haters, as they say. Who cares what, you know what I mean?
Haters.
Yeah. Fuck those haters over there. Fuck them. All of them over there. Fuck them.
Bucket them right up to hell.
But I've been on your social media. I've seen those comment sections. You get some serious love from people who are like, do you know what? You've helped me. Like, you managed to put into words what I'm feeling. And I can't get that out there. That's feedback.
Actually my favorite. Sorry, I totally interrupted you then. I thought you were sorry. That's actually my favorite compliment. That you say out loud what I'm thinking, because that's gotten me in trouble, like growing up in my family, always saying the thing that you're not supposed to say. Like people are quite happy to just keep the peace kind of thing, but they all slag each other off behind each other's backs. And I would rather just fucking tell you that I don't like you, and then we get it out of the way.
So boring.
Kind of things. People say that you say it out loud, like, yeah, and I got grounded for that constantly.
It's the best way. I wish I was more like that, so I admire it in a weird way. So,
but you're a good dad, and you're the one. No, it's the other one with the dad, isn't it? But
No,
are you a dad as well?
It's Jamie.
You're a dad. You're a good dad, so you put it in that way, don't you? So you can like help them to be awesome as well. Like, yeah, you've got parents probably as well. What's that like?
I don't know how the fuck to answer that.
Fine. Do you know what though? Going back to what you said about brave, I remember when I changed my name legally about, I think it was 13 years ago, I changed my name because my birth name made me think of my mother's voice, which I didn't want to hear. So I just decided, like, I can just be like whoever I fucking want to be. And Vicious Precious is the most fantastic name. And if anyone ever says it in hate, it just sounds fab. So they'll just be like, I hate that Vicious Precious. And it would just sound just fantastic.
That is fucking brilliant. I didn't realise that was actually a legal name. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
amazing.
And like my partner Loki's going to change his as well, because he's got a similar thing with his parents. And he was like, you can just do that. I'm going to do that. I'm like, fucking do it. Like now we're in a world where everyone does it anyway. But when I first did it, it was like, you can't do that. I was like, well, watch me. It was £13 sorted on Deedpoll.
Beauty.
to keep going on with the topic of being brave and whatnot, to be the front person of a band, you need to have somewhat of an outgoing personality to put yourself out there, especially during live shows. Is that something that's always been in you, or something you sort of had to develop when building up the band?
I've always been a bit mental. I mean, like I'm very very extroverted. I'm actually an introverted extrovert over time. Like sometimes my social battery just completely dies, and when it completely dies, like I have to disappear. I don't even say goodbye or anything. And it often happens after a show when you're bombarded with people, like hopefully wanting to hug you and like tell you they love you and stuff, which is incredible. But at some point it all gets like a little bit too much, and I have to like run at the back and I always tell my partner, like, just say goodbye from me. I can't handle it, because it's like it's a lot of energy to like disperse. But I just happen to have a lot of fucking energy. Like I'm always going. It's partly the bipolar, partly just like being an Aries, maybe, I don't know, partly all the different things that make me. I have a fantastic story that's awful, but I love it. Of when I was 2 and my sister was born. I actually don't have a relationship with her, but it's quite a funny story as a thing. So I hope if she sees this, she doesn't get upset or anything. When I was 2, I was the only child, and then she was born, and I was jealous of the attention that she was getting instead of me. So I sassily walked over to the white carpet and just took a shit.
Okay, that's not where I saw that going.
Nope, not in the slightest.
And that is phenomenal.
Now you're going to pay attention to me.
Can I just say, I love the fact you added the detail of the white carpet. It could just been the carpet, but it was the white carpet. It just adds extra nuance. I love it.
Nothing.
It just like the visual is just incredible.
It is, isn't it? Like nothing makes a statement quite like, all right, I see your baby attention over here. Watch this.
But it's because it's not this, because I've broken this down. It's not that I'm an attention seeker. It's that I crave to be loved, and I've made it really sad. But I like crave to be loved and have people pay attention to me, not because I need the attention. Oh, this is so hard to explain.
I get what you mean.
You know, so on stage it's kind of the same thing, that like validation of like people, they love you for like the realness that you're giving them. that is incredible. And so I rarely get stage fright, because to me it's just like this massive cathartic release of like, love me and I will love you back.
I for some reason had an image in my head of when you're on stage and people were starting to pay attention to the guitarist. You went, all right, I see you pay attention to the guitarist here. Watch this.
That's why I fired my guitarist.
Has anyone got a white rug? White rug, anybody? If we see you live now and there's not a white rug on the stage, I'm going to be really disappointed. Just so you know.
But I'm going to do a pentagram on it and just
That's
sit
fine.
inside it.
You've got to keep it in brand. Keep it on brand. But no, what I love about you and your style is the fact you add a visual element to it. Like normally in all your pictures, you've got the full face of makeup, which is something I'm a big fan of.
Sorry to let you down today.
Look, I'm a big fan of that visual aspect. Kiss is my favorite band of all time. Like that, I love that visual
Love some
aspect.
Kiss.
So was that a conscious decision from the start to put that into it, or was it just something that came with it?
Yeah, I know he's banned for so many reasons, but unfortunately this is part of my story. The thing with Marilyn Manson that I used to love when I was growing up is that each album sort of had a really visual concept, and you knew what album it was because of the visual concept surrounding it. So I did that same thing. So when I released my first album, It All Stems From Childhood, I dressed up like Mickey Mouse or like children animated characters, and I had a big bow tie and like exaggerated animated features. And whenever you see pictures from that, you know that's from that era. And the next one, like a similar thing with the devil, and then just different things that when you look at pictures, you're like, oh, that's that album. And it's the whole story of the album goes with the visuals as well, because I'm just not a person that can go on stage in like a t-shirt and jeans and it's not got a story to it. Like it's all got to connect in this concept.
I love that.
Sorry, it's just just lush.
I'm just distracted by the cat.
She's like, stop trying to talk about concepts. You sound wanky. You're not profound.
Oh, phenomenal. Where did the name come from? Pretty Addicted. Where did that name come from?
I'm going to plead the fifth because it's what it sounds like. So it's just not a very responsible story. So yeah.
Okay, that's fine. We can move on. That's no drama at all. I'm always intrigued by what came up first before you got there, or is that?
No, do you know what? The guy I started the band with, we'd written like loads of songs first, and then, like I said, we were just kind of fucking around, and we just got really hammered every weekend in a shed and had so much fun. Like we talk about it even now, like that year was like really fun. And even though like he went a separate way and I went a separate way, that year is always quite a special period of time, because it was before like we had a social media page, or before like I took it seriously as I do now. It was just like a massive laugh. And that's why like the album, the song names back then were just really stupid, and they weren't really thought out because it wasn't supposed to be anything. And then we did a few live shows, and I was like, man, that's what I want. And he didn't really want it to be serious, and I did, so I just went with it, and he left. Yeah,
that's fair enough. But your lyrics, though, you say a lot of people say that like you've saved them, and then with your lyrics and stuff. I'm assuming that your lyrics are quite personal to you.
Yeah.
Are there any like story-based ones, or are they literally all from things that you've experienced through life so far?
Yeah, I mean the all from my life, because I don't know how I could sing a song that I didn't personally believe or feel connected to. Like it's what other people do is up to them, but I just, if not writing a song for me or anything like that, just wouldn't feel right. There is one cover on my new album of a friend of mine, but that was a personal issue where I didn't actually think she'd be here anymore, so I wanted to put her song out into the world. But yeah, for me it's like I've got to feel emotionally connected, and sometimes playing those songs live, so I like to like really go into my head on stage, and sometimes I don't even realize that my eyes are closed for a lot of the time, so I have to like consciously open them. But like I'll go back into the mindset of when I wrote that song to like guess, method act the song, like,
Yeah.
and sometimes like I just end up fucking sobbing on stage. I'm like, oh my god, this is not cool. But it's I just feel really emotionally attached to everything I do. I've got a lot of emotion, and it's the best way to get it out, I think.
Absolutely, I absolutely agree. Like you say, you're putting that out there, that message out there. You know, it's a form of therapy. A lot of songwriters say.
100%, 100%. Music is therapy. I mean, how many times has music got you through some shit, man? Like anger or sadness or heartbreak. Like, man, how can anyone get through a heartbreak without music? And and then songs remind you of people, and then you can never listen to them again because that person's not in your life. And it's got a tremendous effect on us as people, I think.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Like every emotion, like you said, every emotion, there's a song for it. So this is where the conversation gets interesting when we talk about your lyrics, because there's obviously a lot of religious connotations, shall we say, with your lyrics. Yeah. Where does this come from? Is this past experiences? Is this views of the world?
How long you got? Okay, so no, genuinely, the shortened version. My mum became a born again Christian when I was 9, and overnight Jesus was the center of her world. And I mean, like, took me to Pentecostal church, speaking in tongues, fucking Bible bashing, mental. And then she went and married an American who moved in the house, and they were both unbelievably preachy. And I went to many American churches. So sometimes people say to me on my page, oh, you're talking about Church of England? No. I went to the fucking Bible Belt, and I was yelled at about fire and brimstone, that I was going to burn in hell when I was younger. And just because I really just wanted to be fucking accepted, I forced myself to believe. And I definitely was a born again Christian when I was, well, I struggled all throughout my teenage life, really, and early 20s, like, couldn't get rid of it. Like, I was so scared of hell. I was so scared to accidentally blaspheme and not, and just burn forever. It was like really embedded. Everything I did, everything I said, everything I thought. The thought crime is mad. Like things like masturbating, sending you to hell, and like just genuinely, like, every human urge you have as a teenager tortures you. And I thought a lot about the devil chasing me, and it was definitely like the center of my household. And only when lockdown happened, actually, I properly deconverted. I've always kind of spoke about anti-religious themes, but it was on the last one where I like went full force with it. And I was like, I care about this massively because I know the damage that it does. I mean, my mum doesn't speak to me because Jesus says that I'm the devil, my brothers don't speak to me because I have the devil in me, like I'm evil, I'm satanic, I'm all this stuff, and I've seen the damage it does to people. So I'm really passionate now that I'm completely an atheist and I've gone through the deconversion. It's my mission to tell people about this. Like, I'm so angry at what it does to people. It's the manipulation of going to a church service, and I don't know if you've ever heard of Hillsong, but like there's songs where the music is beautiful and it's designed to be beautiful to really give you that emotional release that you would get at like a trance night or something really stringy, and you stand there and you feel it and you feel the Holy Spirit, blah blah blah, and you feel so sinful and guilty and you want freedom and liberation from this evil mind that you have, and then you cry and you beg Jesus to love you, and it's all so thick. And then they want money from you and they tell you like to keep repenting, keep being on your knees, keep denying your human urges. And I've seen what it does to people, so I'm enraged at it.
I can't say I blame you. That's so culty. It's insane.
Which is why I made my own cult. It's all designed on purpose to give people from religious traumatic backgrounds a cult, an anti-cult, almost like against them. So I've started calling it an anti-religion and anti-hymns and anti-sermons and things like that, because I will die on this hill against them. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for people being religious. That's their choice, but I don't appreciate when it's not ramming it down everybody else's neck and trying to, that sort of thing. Like, absolutely not.
I think that's where and that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's where I'm definitely different, because I'm not okay with religion, and I think that you are ramming it down people's throat, even if you're not forceful about it, because the things that are in there, obviously, all sort of religions have their own problems, but I'm specifically talking about Christianity because I came from it. So it's not to say, some people come over and go, oh, what about Islam? I said, yeah, I don't like it either, but I didn't come from it, so I can't speak personally about it. But in the Bible, which I've got my Bible from when I was a teenager, literally over there, in it says, that women are second, that women are property, and that gay people are evil, and there's no forgiving any of that, and women should be silent and things like that. So even if you're saying you're not jamming it down people's throat, the views in that book are so disgusting that if you stand by it, then I'm against you, because I can't. You've formed yourself in a position against me, so now I'm against you because I have queer friends and I'm a woman and I want to speak, and it's just they've got this vendetta against people that are free.
Yeah, I can't say I've read it, so So
what's an interesting story that I really, it's incredible. My partner, who's my drummer, he was my drummer first, but when we met each other, he had just been disfellowshipped from the Jehovah's Witness cult. His mum is also a religious Spanish woman, as is my mother. So he and I have our Bibles together over there from when we were teenagers, and we've both underlined and highlighted things that we thought were important, and we both really believed. So it's actually incredible to meet someone who's on the same journey, who feels so strongly about it, to fight against it with.
That's amazing.
It's like fighting the trauma with something that's productive and helpful, and freeing other people. And I cannot believe how many, since I've gone, right, that's it, I'm on this fight, this is my fight, I can't believe how many people have come over to the Facebook page and been I'm dealing with this, my family won't talk to me, hearing you blaspheme is liberating, because I'm not allowed to, and I live in the Bible Belt and all of this. And it's no, fuck it, I'll say it then, you just sing along in your ears.
If you don't mind me asking, what was that moment for you where you were like, no, not anymore, I'm not standing for this anymore?
In lockdown, I started watching, I don't know how I found it, but I stumbled upon atheist YouTube, and I still watch them, I think they're fantastic, but I watched atheist podcasts where Christians call in and they debate, and I'd never seen a debate with an atheist and a Christian before, or an atheist and religious person, because to me it was God was the default position, and it was just whether you choose God or the devil. That was my brain. But the atheists, specifically Matt Dillahunty, started saying to people, use things using logic, and I was never considered that before. And I was listening to hours and hours and weeks and days, and I locked myself in a room and I just listened to unbelievable amounts of atheists talk to these Christians, and it just made sense that this was just not true. And then I came to the realization that I'd been lied to, and that I believed something that was bullshit, and that goes against everything in my being. So the day I realized I was an atheist, I wrote my first song of the new album called There Is No God, and it was purposeful to tell myself that there is no God, and that was it, and this is the start of my new fucking journey, and that's it now, and this is all I care about. Because I couldn't believe how you get told, especially as a child when you're indoctrinated, this is real, and then everything is from that default position. So everything in your brain is well, God's gonna punish me if I, even if I'm free, even if I do say fuck you, I'm gonna do it this way, ultimately I'm gonna go to hell. When you start to unravel it all and you go back to square one, you realize there's nothingness. You feel betrayed by yourself and by other people, and it makes you want to fight back, especially when you truly believed. It's different if you go to Catholic school and it's all bullshit in your ears, but when you begged Jesus for things, and you realize you were talking to yourself the whole time, it's a chaos in your head. And the only way I've been able to process it is go, right, now that's it, I'm gonna make it my mission through my music to talk about this. And I decided, right, I'm starting a cult. We're going to talk about it. You can be here for the music and that's fine, or you can be here for the cult and not the music, and that's fine, or you can be here for everything. But I wanted to do something with my platform against all this shit. Sorry, I've gone off on one. Sorry.
It's all good.
I love
Jamie
it.
started it.
I love it though, because you could see just how fucking passionate you were about that, and how much it means to you. And that was one of the reasons I wanted to ask, because you can see how important it is to you, and the fact you've got all these people in your comment section, part of members of this cult, are like, I've gone through this, and it's shit, and there's still people out there, and but on the other side of that, we mentioned how people in the comments are like, oh my god, I love what you do. This is I'm gonna guess you get very much the opposite side of that as well.
Well, I literally wrote a song called Feed the Sheep about this. I made the whole music video is made up of screenshots of things Christians said to me. I get thousands, and I mean, it got to the point where I had like 272, because I remember 272 pages of screenshots that I'd saved on my phone, and I've got 2 music videos. One is, me lip syncing alongside some of the screenshots, and one is on Facebook of just all the fucking screenshots. And it's like 6 minutes of just, you're going to burn in hell. You're disgusting. Why don't you go hang yourself so you can be with Satan sooner? Just join Satan now. No one loves you. Daddy issues, like ugly. So my song Feed the Sheep, I just used all of the stuff they said for lyrics. So the lyrics are like, she's demonic, she's ugly, she worships Satan, she's going to hell and I'll laugh, she's a slut, she's ugly, all these different things. I just put them in the lyrics. And then I went into my Bible, and Jesus said to his flock, feed my sheep. And because it was all about like them being sort of beneath him and collective, and I was like, that's what they are. They're sheep that come over, and I'm just going to keep feeding them. So I realized I can get back at them through the art and win. And also the amount of fucking traction they brought my page is just unreal, all organic, and it's brought in all the people that don't like the Christians as genuine fans, as well as all the Christians themselves. And it's like, so I just keep feeding them. Every time I upload a picture of me with an upside down cross or my tits out or whatever, they love it, because it brings them over, like, you're going to burn in hell. But then for every 100 of them is like 3 people go, this has shown up on my feed because some bullshit, and now I'm going to check it out, and now you're my favorite band, so yay. And just use them for a success, really.
Christians are like the worst people as well. They
prove themselves over and over and over again as the worst people.
Like, I might get a little bit personal here. My mum's ex-partner was a chaplain, yet committed all sorts of adultery and is a sociopath and all sort of stuff. So it's like, that's really interesting, that.
The hypocrisy, it's real. It's like the absolute hypocrisy. I've seen it, and I've got the homophobia in my family, my religious family, really infuriates me, because there's like a couple verses about it, but the verse above it will say, don't mix fabrics, and then underneath it says, don't be gay. But they're fine with mixing fabrics, because that doesn't mean anything anymore. But the gay thing, no, that's definitely set in stone, and they cherry pick the whole book. Their agenda, and it's just all boring. They're just so pressed about what people do. And I love Christopher Hitchens. I got really into him again recently. I know he's dead. We lost something very special with him, but he did a lot of good in like the 90s, early 2000s with this. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen any of his debates with Stephen Fry online. So Christopher Hitchens was a British, journalist, I would say, but on TV. And he did like documentaries about Mother Teresa and what a piece of shit she was, and all these kind of things. And he really broke stuff down. And he debated with the Catholic Church with Stephen Fry on this one show. And he talked about how they wouldn't let Stephen Fry in the church. So anyone who's like not all right with that is not all right with me. And he just completely owns them. And it was incredible. It was, if anyone watching this wants to see it, it was an hour long. And the question was, is the Catholic Church a force for good? Yes or no? And it was Christopher Hitchens and Stephen Fry on one side, and that Anne Whitcomb prick and some priest on the other side. And there's just no arguments for the good. There's no, charity works. Like, yeah, you can do that without that man on a cross.
Stephen Fry's a legend of the highest order as well.
Allegedly.
But I admire the fact and respect the fact that you don't let these naysayers deter you from what you do. You just give, let me use it. Like the fact, because there are people out there that would have this and go, it's not worth it. I can't take all this negativity. The fact you use it and don't let it deter you is incredibly admirable. It really is.
Thank you. I did shed a lot of tears initially, because it was like the amount of people that say I'm ugly. It's now at the point where if you write ugly on my page, it doesn't show up. I've hidden that word from my PA page, as well as edgelord and so sorry guys, you can't write that, and daddy issues as a phrase, because they were just things that they were just saying constantly to me. Some guy put oh, just spending daddy's money, rich white kid, and I was like, if only you knew, mate. No, my dad does not help me, but it's just like, I don't know. And also being a woman's part of it, because it's like, who is this woman over here being gobby, like I said, like, and daring to not, I don't know, there's a lot of, because I don't use sex, not that there's anything wrong with that, and there's like, hey, I support all women for doing womanhood however they want, but I sometimes get like, oh, she's not feminine enough for me online, so I'm just gonna tear her down because she's gobby. I do get that a lot. Yeah.
It's just insanely boring, isn't it? More than anything else. Like, you not got anything else to say, like, other than yawn.
I mean, I've got a lot of marriage proposals lately as well.
Well, I suppose there's a positive side to it at all.
Mainly Ethiopian kings.
Nigerian princes, is it?
That's the one, yeah.
It's one way to break into that market, I guess.
I mean, to be honest, like you said, there's a lot of good in there, and I try to focus on that. And there are days when I cry, and obviously the mental health is an issue. I sit sometimes, and like this last week, I spent most of it crying in bed and talking things out with my partner. And then I realized today, like, look, the only way I'm going to lose for sure is if I don't play the game. So at least if I try and don't get it, at least I tried. But sitting here for a week crying means I'm going to obviously get the result that comes out of that, which is nothing. So I need to just get my ass up and just plow through and just keep trying, because I might get there, but I definitely won't if I don't try.
Makes sense.
So,
well,
yeah,
you're a stunningly wonderful human. So
thank you.
Don't let them fucking get to you. Don't let them win. Do not let them win. But that would now make sense as to why some of your song titles are fucking superb. Especially "Fuck Me While Jesus Watches." I mean, that's definitely there. "Oink Fucking Oink" as well is in there, and "Dickhead."
Right, okay. "Fuck Me While Jesus Watches," right, is literally the most offensive thing I could think of, and I wanted to make something the most offensive thing there's ever been. Plus, I wanted the T-shirt, which I made, because I was like, we've had the Cradle of Filth, Jesus as a cunt. We need a girl one with "Fuck Me While Jesus Watches" on it. And I'm in the T-shirt, I've got massive boobs, and I'm holding a decapitated Jesus head. So I think that's pretty
phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
And just...
Dickhead was about 3 of my girlfriends had been like fucked over by their boyfriends. By girlfriends, I mean mates, because I know we're a polyglot.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. No. That's another thing we get asked about a lot. I'm like, no, sorry, but yeah. So they were getting fucked over by their boyfriends. I was like, oh, these women need a song. So I just wrote about all their stupid boyfriends. And "Oink Fucking Oink" is a follow-up to my song "Piggy," because people that love money and are greedy, I call them little piggies. So "Oink Fucking Oink" is these just little cunts that just like, they're out just to get your money and fame, and not necessarily just mine, but everybody's.
They're fucking incredible. But then I also wanted to shout out as well, "Mania" is unbelievable. Heather and "Filthy Whore" as well. I swear, I've written that way too fucking. I can't read that last word, but bangers, absolute bangers.
Thank you. "Filthy Whore Mouth" is actually in kind of what we're saying.
Mouth. That's what it says. That's what it says.
"Filthy Whore Mouth" is kind of in the sort of realm of what we were saying. That was on my first album in 2014, and that was the first album I wrote on my own. And the album that I wrote before with like the guy I was saying, when we first put it out, there was a lot of people, I won't name names or anything, but in a certain scene that were like insulting me, saying that swearing as a woman is unintelligent and I'm the wrong kind of woman and things like that. So when I wrote Filthy Whoremouth, it was basically to everyone that says I'm supposed to be a certain kind of woman, because the lyrics are just like you know you want to fuck me, just shut up.
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant.
You know, like, and there's that one lyric, it's like, if I act like a cunt, can I join your dick suck soiree? Because these guys, it's just such a boys' club in the music industry. It's like they don't let women in unless they want to fuck them. And it's just, they're all just sucking each other's dicks.
Fucking phenomenal. Just going back to Fuck Me While Jesus Watches. How many seconds did it take you to convince your other half on the concept for the music video? I'm guessing 0.1.
Do you know what? You know that that was like legitimately real. That scene with me and him, like it was in. That is a very small amount of footage from a long drunk 10-minute video that watched back once.
Oh, Vish, you've just set yourself a whole new like level now. Like, incredible. That's legitimate PORN on YouTube, actually. Yeah.
Fucking fair play. Fair play. Oh.
I can't imagine my father watched that one. He watches some of my videos, but I never got a text when that was released.
Oh.
Remember, I said I want to film like, because it was quite a liberating song for me, because I knew like definitely that would really piss my religious family off, and I know they stalked me before that a little bit online. Like I heard from the grapevine they would stalk my music, and I was like, let me just really just piss them away. Like I don't want them stalking me anymore. This one will really keep them away. I was like, I've got to do something that's just like they're never going to come back, because I hate that whole underlying thing. And I was like, you know what, people have never seen me like this. They always kind of see me like scary and aggressive and stuff. Like I've got like a feminine side, and like sex is great. Everyone fucking likes sex. You shouldn't be ashamed of it. I was like, let's just fucking do it like a sexy song. And then he was like, I'm not doing that scene. And I was like, no, seriously, come on, I'll get you drunk. So we got really hammered. and I was like, come on. And he was like, barely get to the bed, to be honest. He's like, oh. And I was like, all I know is that the next day I watched it back, and he never watched it back. I was like, you don't want to see this. Just trust me that I'll use the footage that's okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I've never been so glad I've asked a question in my fucking life. Oh. Just thinking about it, though, we've been talking all about the thematic side of your music, the lyrics, and everything like that. We've not actually described the sound of your music. How would you describe your sound for people that aren't aware?
So it's morphed, because you brought up some, like in that list of songs you just kind of gave, we've spanned sort of the evolution of the genres, really. So it's sort of now currently I describe it as like Satan rave.
Brilliant.
And I call it like, so because I've leaned more into the heavier side, I would call it like metal infused rave music, whereas before it was more ravier than heavy. So I've kind of evolved sort of to be darker over time. So Mania, which tends to be like people's like favorite, I would say, or their gateway Pretty Addicted song as it's been described, they sometimes like will not follow the evolution because they want it to keep it that way. So if you do hear Mania first, like it's not like that anymore, I think is the thing to sort of say. It's definitely heavier now, and it's only going to get heavier because I'm angry. Really. So I would call it like there's every influence under the sun in there. It's so hard to describe. I try even not to fully describe it, because it's like I like it to be its own sort of thing, you know. But then it gets difficult when you're approaching festivals and venues and stuff. They're like, well, you're too heavy for this dance event, and you're too dancey for this heavy event. I was like, just put me on a stage and I promise you people will enjoy it, because it's the energy and the energy and the vibe that people like. I don't think you should undermine your audiences by saying they only want 4 bands in the lineup that sound the same. They want just people to bring the fire, and I will just put me on.
Absolutely. Like your sort of music, it's you're gonna dance, you're gonna have a good time. Who the fuck doesn't want to dance and have a good time?
Honestly, like I love so many, like metal is a big thing for me, and punk's a good thing for me, and goth and all those things, but dance music has a special place in my soul, you know, starting from sort of the Prodigy times, but even like that question about what genre you would take on a desert island. Like I would probably take classic 90s trance music, because that's like my favorite of all the genres. It's just got that emotion that just evokes just the most cathartic experience. So I try to always include that style among the heaviness. I really like the idea of like the darkest possible, like almost black metal-y type sounds with the top ends of like the most emotional cry-wanky trance, and then somewhere in the middle you're laughing at me.
It's just more of these Vish words. They're the fucking best. Cry wanky trance. That's the best.
You know what I mean, though? It kind of makes you want to cry and wank, you know. But I didn't need to describe it, really. You got it. But I just like really, really, really fucking dark, but really, really emotional at the same time. And then in the middle, just chucking in like my voice, which I think is quite distinctive, and I think distinctive is quite a good word. So you chuck that in the middle, which kind of doesn't make sense, but does. So it all kind of works in its own weird way. I remember saying once to my to the guy who taught me how to write music, I said to him once, like, what if, you know, people are copying music now? What if like AI copies or some artist copies? And he looked at me and he's like, I don't think anyone can copy you because the way you write is so fucking bizarre. And I took it as a compliment. I was like, yes, okay, you're right.
No way AI algorithm's gonna fucking get to me, pricks.
Oh, no.
Fuck ChatGPT.
AI is a joke, though. Like I heard the other day that there's an artist that's completely AI, and all the music is AI, and the way she looks is AI. And I saw a picture of her, and she's completely like symmetrical and perfect looking, and it's dangerous. It really is. And you're taking out the story from it, and the personal experience and the emotion. And
There'll be robots soon. So
I'm way too millennial to fit in with these kids, though. Like I will not TikTok. I will not TikTok.
I mean, we do, but we only put clips up. We don't actually use it. If that makes sense. We just throw clips up. There you go. Enjoy it. There's the show. Enjoy.
Yeah.
We haven't done a dance number on there.
No.
That was just all it was for back in the day, just dancing on it. And now all of a sudden, it's just taking over the world.
I think my issue with TikTok has always been what's like gone to everything now, with like this skit mentality where you have to do skits to sell your music, and I will not skit. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like you see these people go like, "Oh, what are you doing today?" And the same person's going, "I think I'll listen to Pretty Addicted." It's just so wanky.
It is. Or to go with wanky is these ones where they go and
literally don't fucking point at words. My god.
Yeah, I can't fucking stand it.
Sorry, I've just scared my cat. She's like, I can't stand it. Look, I understand why people are doing it, but I just can't. I can't even consider. or when people use other people's like video, but they're in the corner just going,
oh yeah, I hate that one. Yeah.
I don't need your profound expression. Just let me watch the fucking video. Ugh.
It'd be happening in real life soon. It's be following you around. It's just like
I don't, because that's probably true.
I'd love that to have a deaf sign interpreter at one of your shows do your lyrics. That'd be fucking brilliant. Yeah.
Oh my god. Do you know what? I had one of my most favorite compliments ever last show I did in Sweden, and this guy came up to me and he was like, my 7-year-old daughter really likes you. And I was like, oh no, what did you say to her? And he goes, I said that if she grows up to be just like you, I'll be really proud. And I was like, That's so cool. I was like,
Oh,
just to go like that to people.
That's fucking
They're
amazing.
my favorite things. I think this whole like child friendly thing. I'm actually really cool with kids, and I think you shouldn't treat kids like they're fucking stupid. Like they know what's up, and they know what's, when you're walking down the street as an alternative person and the parents like, oh, don't look at them because they're weird. The kids are always like fascinated, like she's really cool, and it's only the parents that are going, no, she's weird. So then those kids grow up to be judgmental people, but actually the kids are just like fascinated by everything that's different and weird, and like,
exactly why this exists. Exactly why this exists. Which, oddly enough, I was going to talk to you about the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, because obviously being an alternative female, is this something you've had to deal with? Like what you're just saying, people being like, oh, look at that.
Oh, 100%, especially growing up in Croydon. But actually, something I want to touch on that happened the other day that's actually not even happened to me, but I want to highlight. So my partner, who is straight, but wears like eyeliner and fingernail polish, and people sometimes will assume he's gay if they're like normal or something. He was going to work the other day, and he had a knife pulled on him because he was alternative, and the guy accused him of being gay.
What?
And he had to go, and he had to go. I hope he won't mind. I'm sure he won't mind me saying this, but he had to go to the police station, do a statement and everything. And just because he was different, and I think the fact that's still happening. And then afterwards, he said to me, like, it really makes you think. Like, obviously, I'm not gay, but what it's like to be a gay person, to have that happen to you. And it's not just being gay, it's being weird, it's being different, it's looking like you want, and it's not even necessarily just alternative, but someone who's walking down the street really colorful and fab, and they get looked at and they get comments, and it still goes on. And the Sophie Foundation is still really important to highlight stuff like this, because even though it's getting better, it absolutely still happens. And I was just so terrified for him. He called me at work, he said, oh, I've just had this happen to me, and I was freaking out. I was like, you okay? And he's like, yeah, I was a bit shaken up. Having a knife pulled on you because he was like implying that he was gay, saying that do you want to touch my dick type of thing.
What the fuck?
Fucking,
so weird. Why would you even do that? What goes through someone's head and goes, he wants to touch me, I don't do myself, weapon. Like it's so moronic. I don't understand the thought process that led to that happening. Makes no sense.
I know. Like Charlie Sheen said in that crazy interview that everyone mocks him for, he said, but I think he was a legend in. He turned around and said, people, they don't understand me, so they say that I'm wrong, or something to that effect.
Yeah.
And that's kind of it. They go, I don't understand what this is, so I'm gonna just dismiss it. And it does happen absolutely as a woman. In fact, it happens in the alternative scene for me, because like I say, that I have a lot of issues being the wrong kind of woman, where I'm not for the gaze of men, and that's absolutely a thing that still happens. And sexism is still massive. It's, if you go through lineups and you see how many women are on there, it's not a lot. And then you get people saying, oh, now there's too many women, because you do get festivals almost like overcompensating, putting women on just because they're women. So then it just makes the guys go, see, they're not talented. And it's like, yeah, but let's not overcompensate. And I also really am vehemently against girls only festivals, or these girls to the front movements, or things like that, because I understand why they're there, but if we keep everyone separate, we're never going to fix the problem. It's not about giving women their own festival, because what happens with that is sexists will go, oh look, it's their little pussy festival, and it's not the real one, it's the little pussy version. Then you'll get the perverts going to look all day long, and then you've got people going there just to mock. It's just not helpful in the way that I know the intention is there. The answer is like, can we please consider a band just because they're good, not because of whatever gender they are? Like, it's that fucking simple. It really is. It just really fucking is. Like, I've been mentored by a man who's never acted like I'm a woman. He's just talked to me like a fucking human for 10 years and taught me how to do stuff, and never gone, oh, of course you don't know how to use it, or whatever. Like, we've just sat in rooms together for years while he's taught me everything he knows. For me to go to gigs and have people talk to my partner instead of me about his songs and then ignore me. Yes. a lot.
Fucking
It happens
hell.
on tour a lot, and people assuming that someone writes it for me or that he writes it. And there was a lot of congratulating him on his stuff in front of me, and he would be like, yeah, you know, it's her stuff, and then just keep talking to him anyway. It's I always say, like, as a woman, you've got to work twice as hard for half as much respect, and it really is the case. And then it's not just about being a woman trying to fight that, it's then you're competing with the other few women who all want the same spot as you, so then you get pitted against each other. And let's be honest, the sexy ones, you know, the most whatever that means, because it's all subjective, the sexy ones to whoever's booking will get it. And some weirdo in corpse paint saying "Hail Satan" is like at the bottom of the list, I keep finding. So it's an uphill struggle that I'll never fucking quit trying on, but it is definitely like effort every step of the way just to get recognized for my music. Like, look, if you don't like my music, that's fucking cool. You don't have to, but do not dismiss it because of what's in front of you.
As we said, there are that many fucking genres of music. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean someone else won't. Don't need to drag anyone down. Personally, I think your music's fucking great. And
Thank you.
I'm going to keep looking out for a Birmingham show because I want to see you live. So,
well, I'm going to do one UK headline show this year in Leeds, so I hope that's not too far. In October, and I'm announcing it after this, actually. So this will be out later. So it will already have been announced. So it's on Friday, October 18th at Iger Studios in Leeds. And yeah, I mean, we haven't done anything all year, gig wise, because I've been like working on creative things that I want to do and get myself ready for hopefully a bigger next year. But I needed to do something, so I've just set myself up one big headline gig, and hopefully people will come out to it and support. And I've called it like an anti-church service. I'm going to go all out to make it really cool, and I'm going to bring my altar, and there's going to be a whole like anti-hymn sermon. I'm just going to make a whole fucking show of it, and hope as many people as possible come and support us. And yeah, I'm going to try and invite media there. You guys are obviously welcome to come if you want to. I need to be out there more. I think I felt unheard a lot, so I'm just going to be twice as loud now to try and get heard. It's been 13 years and I want my time.
It's coming. If you keep going the way you're going, it's coming. Eventually, that one person's going to take that chance, and it's going to be like, see ya, off to the moon.
I hope so, because it's. I feel like I really like deserve it in myself, like not because I'm oh my god the best thing ever. It's like I've worked really hard for it. Like I've really worked hard for it. And one thing, like even if you don't, like I say, like my music or whatever, like you can't undermine my work ethic, because I really have worked for this for 13 years, and like without any financial help or family support or anything. And I've worked my fucking ass off, and I want it with my whole soul. And it's not for anything other than just to like walk out onto the biggest crowd I can and just get that feeling that I love when I step on stage and I just feel alive. And that was what Mania was about, like in those moments where you're just a god, then everything else is just fucking nothing, because in that moment like, you've got the world in your fucking hands, you know.
Absolutely. And like you say, you deserve it. And if there's one thing I want people to take away from this, is just how passionate you are about this, all the hard work you put into it, and you've not let anything deter you. Because there's a lot of musicians and bands that have gone, do you know what? It's been a few years, nothing's happening. Fuck it, let's go back to the 9 to 5. But you're not. Yeah. You're plugging away.
I've seen a lot of people quit in the last 13 years. I've seen a lot of bands come and go, like a lot of bands, even ones much bigger than myself, just quit. You know, do you remember the Defiled?
Yeah, I love that band.
I was talking about them the other day. I was like, I can't believe they just quit one day. Like I know he's still doing stuff with another band, the singer, I forget, Lee. But I was talking the other day, my partner didn't know who he was, and I was like, I swear they played like on, where was it? Not in Finland. It was like
it was like an iceberg or some shit, wasn't it? Yeah. And
they were in the Guinness Book of Records for it. And then I remember them quitting and them saying in their thing, there's no money in the industry and we're quitting for this reason. And I was just like, I remember being like flabbergasted that a band who was like touring with massive bands and doing like really well on the cusp were like, dude, there's no fucking longevity or money in this. And I see that a lot, and it really is a sacrifice. I have like no guaranteed earnings and things like that, but you've got to do it because you love it. And fuck for Patreon if anyone wants to actually support me to help me live my mad dreams and have conversations with me, because I do like monthly chin wags over a coffee, and I do monthly karaoke sessions where I sing other people's songs, and we do like all 80s or all, like last time I did new metal songs for like 3 hours, and we all get drunk and I have like a laugh with everyone. It's really cool. So there are ways to support artists that you like, just to help them do it, because it is not easy as a life.
The problem with the Defiled is they spent all the money they made on hairspray. Like, their hair was fucking huge.
The jacket.
The jackets. Before we start wrapping this up, if people are listening to this and they want to check out some Pretty Addicted music, what's a couple of songs from the back catalogue that stand out to yourself? Mr. Stevens listed his earlier. For me, it's See No Future and Child of the Devil. Absolutely loved those songs.
You know, Future. Old school.
Loved
Thank you.
Yeah, really liked that one. What about yourself?
Thank you. Child of the Devil's up there. Trauma's probably, I think, technically, like in technical terms, my best song. I really like Child of the Devil. I love Feed the Sheep. It just goes so fucking hard, and it wasn't even going to be included. As in, I finished the album, and then all that Christian shit was coming in, and I just wrote that like in 24 hours because of so much rage. So it's just got a lot of passion and rage to it. I think those three, Trauma, Child of the Devil, and Feed the Sheep, sort of explain in the best way like the direction that it is now and where it's sort of going towards. I love Heather. I think that end part is a vibe on stage. It really is a vibe. We've sort of done a thing now where on that last section I grab the drumsticks and I like smash the cymbals, and he films me. So they've just got loads of footage on his phone of like him filming me and just getting into. I was like, I love doing this. It's cool. It's like, no wonder you like this. It's fucking therapeutic. But yeah, and I mean, Blood Moon's a really tough one, but it's like emotionally, but it was an important one. Actually, shout out to my friend. Do you know Pulverize?
Yes.
Very good. Vicky's like my best mate, and her dog Sparky, who recently died, bless him. I loved that fucking dog, and his bark is in my song Blood Moon. And when I was like going through a heartbreak, like the worst emotional pain I've ever been in, I went to Vicky's house and she went to work, and I sat with Sparky all day long, and he sat on me, like holding me while I cried all day. Aww. And I wrote all the lyrics to Blood Moon with that dog laying on me, and then I sampled his bark in the song so that he like lives in that song. So I just love the idea that even though he's not here, that he's still here.
That's lush. That's so nice.
Shout out to Pulverize, by the way. I love them, and I literally cannot root for anyone anymore. I love them. They're such nice people. Everyone go follow them.
Mr. Stevens, any more questions for our wonderful guest?
I do. When you first started this journey with Pretty Addicted, did you ever think that this is where you'd be today?
Yeah. Like, no, but yeah, because it's just not an option to give up at all. So yeah, but no, it's like unbelievable at the same time. And if I go back to being a little girl with no friends, writing songs in my room, crying a lot, I'm just such a cool person to that little girl that I never in that moment would have thought I would be. But the second I started like doing this on my own, it was like a fucking mission. Especially because when I first started doing it alone and me and the guy parted ways, I was told I couldn't do it on my own without a guy. So we were on like a very, very, very small label that I won't name or anything, but back then. And I literally got an email from them saying, I'm crazy if I think I could do it without this guy. So when people tell me I can't do something, I'm just going to fucking do it. So yes, yes, I can believe I'm here because I have that tenacity and everything, but it's definitely unbelievable if you go even further back that I'm that person on that record that I used to listen to in my CD player. Do you remember those CD players?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. and
Those CDs were
Discmans.
so expensive as well.
They were. It was brutal.
And now music's just free and we get nothing from it. Oh my
It's because
God.
people are greedy motherfuckers, and that's why. Oh, this is some great music that you've poured your blood, sweat, and tears into. Have 0.0000001 pence of it.
I know. It's
That's
if
me
you
jealous.
guys saw, I mean, if you guys saw how much, I get from music streaming, it's disgusting. People watching it and they want to support me or any bands they like. I always say, like, if you like, your top 3 bands, just support them financially where you can. Just like, obviously you can't support every band you like, but just in your head, I support sort of about 3 bands financially, a month, because it is if those 3 people every so often, you're one of them, so you get little bits of help here and there, and it makes all the difference. Like having a physical CD for the nostalgia of it, or downloading it on Bandcamp, which the royalties are much better, or buying a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Or or this is one where I'm burning a Bible, and it was oil painting art, and it's incredible.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, and it was very expensive because there's 8 colours in it. And if you've ever printed a t-shirt, you'll know that 8-colour screen print and the back is a lot of money.
Fucking hell.
I've spent thousands on merch over the years. So yeah, every time someone gets anything, it's just really, really appreciated. And every time someone does buy something, I've got orange and black cards that I handwrite to say thank you, and I put like black and orange envelopes with goth mail on it, and I try and go out of my way to show that this is not just a consumer, but that you really helped and mean something to me, and I do really, really, really appreciate it.
Well, before we let you get out of here, plugs, social medias. Tell us where we can go to support you.
Yes, so Facebook is doing really well. It's not dead. The millennials know what I'm talking about. It's Facebook is the place, it seems. So I'm just like, look, hey, rolling with it. So follow my Facebook, Instagram, obviously at Pretty Addicted Cult, but the website prettyaddicted.co.uk just takes you everywhere. All the socials, the merch store, the tickets to the gig in October. It tells you a little bit about the cult, but I'm actually making more of that. I bought a little grimoire, and I'm going to write the story of the cult in here. And make a proper lore to it. And just because if I get an idea in my head, that's it. It has to become like a whole thing. So yeah, join my Patreon if you want to chat to me. I've also got, as of the end of May, I don't know when this will go out, but at the end of May, I'm going to start a cult Patreon. So the normal one I've got right now just gets you to chat with me, but this new one, so I'm going to do monthly anti-sermons. So last month on Facebook, I got very drunk on Easter Sunday, and I stood in front of my altar and I read from the actual Bible. And then I just blasphemed and got really hammered and spoke against it, and people loved it. So I'm like, right, well, let's make that a thing then. So I'm just gonna, for £6.66 a month, you can watch me blaspheme Jesus, if that's your thing. But yeah, just support where you can. prettyaddicted.co.uk, that will take you to everything. And yeah, even if like, look, I'm broke, if all you can do is share, just share with your friends. I've just got a real problem with Spotify numbers at the moment. Like, people keep saying they love my songs, but then my Spotify numbers are shit. So I hate all this corporation bullshit, but if you do like a song, just add it to a playlist so that it counts somewhere. Because a lot of the media don't care about your story, they just care about your numbers. So unfortunately, you've got to play the game. Unfortunately. It's literally capitalism and corporations, and you guys are lovely enough to sit here and listen to my story, but when I email people, they just want to know what my numbers are. So
bastards. Yeah,
I get it completely. Vish, this has
soul
been
destroying, isn't it? It's soul destroying.
Yeah,
it is. Vish, this has been so much fun. Thank you so much for doing this.
Sorry, I waffle, but
no, we love waffle.
No.
This is the whole point of this is for you to talk, not us. So we love the waffle, but yeah, this has been fucking unbelievable.
But not a blue waffle.
No,
I was
because
thinking it and I didn't say it, but you did it.
No one needs that in their life. No one even go to the doctor if that's the case, please. Fucking hell, it should not be fucking blue.
I've thrown in way too many things from our childhood. Two Girls and Cotton Blue Waffle. It's the beginning of the internet again, where we're just typing in shit.
I remember being really hardcore at school, being like, "Have you seen Two Girls, One Cup?" Do you know what I mean? Like, we all thought we were badass for watching
But
it.
did you ever put boobies on a calculator?
Oh, and do the calculation for it.
know the calculation for it.
But do you remember those games where you went blue, number 4, and then
Yeah.
your mum smells?
Yeah. We'd just bring them back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You might find that in a video in the future. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be incredible. Proper 90s kids games at school.
Side note, just to quickly say what I'm going to be up to people that are watching. I'm going to be doing a lot of creative stuff this year. So I'm going to be making lots of like cult videos, and like, because my partner is actually a videographer, and he's got an amazing camera and he's very skilled. We're going to go into the woods a few days and just film really weird Blair Witchy type shit, and just put my music behind it in really stretched out creepy ways, and just put out weird cultic propaganda, and just make everything really visual and interesting, because my desire is that people are like, she is fucking weird, I need to listen to her music. So make lots of creative art. Content creation is like, it's becoming too much of a thing. I'm like, let's go out and make some art and put it out, and then we can do the bullshit content creation alongside. So yeah, my plan is to do my 3-year plan, but that's this year, is just to make loads of art and release it. So when I do put it out, if you don't all mind sharing it, if you like it, and tell your friends.
Absolutely will.
Thank you for having me. It's been amazing. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
guys.
Vish. Take care.
I'm gonna go cook now.
Enjoy.
I'm gonna go work.
Bye. I love how you announce your arrival every episode. I've noticed, "It is I," as if you're there going, "Friends, Romans, countrymen, heed my warning. It is the Chronicles, don't you know?"
Yeah.
So I've decided to drop. I don't think I need a title anymore after 5 years of doing this. I think I'm just happy to go with my own fucking name. So
yeah, I probably could easily drop the bearded bro. It's habit now. I just say it every week.
It's just, yeah. Everyone knows you're bearded, and everyone knows you're from that fucking scummy city.
Yeah,
so don't worry about it. You know, so fucking don't worry about it. You don't need to denounce. I just love it though. I'm waiting for next week's like ba ba da ba.
Don't fucking tempt me. You know what I'm like.
It's like walking, you sit down like, "Yes, it is I."
I'm going to start recording and then just walk into frame. Hi, everybody.
Exactly. Yeah. It is the Chronicles of Vicious, Precious, Pretty Addicted. Yes, that's right. Clap for me. Tell me, everybody, she's here. She's here to be chronicled. Anyway, Jamie, who is Gordon Bennett?
Oh, I love this. I used to know the answer to this.
Because last week, I had someone in work, and it's all he could say to everything. Literally.
Gordon Bennett.
That's all but he was Scottish. So instantly, and he was taller than me, and he was 90. So it's like, this is mint. Anyway, it's literally all he said. Or, So, but literally was like, "Can you ever see here? Gordon Bennett. Gordon Bennett. Here, Gordon Bennett." So I was like, who is this guy? And why do we explicitly shout his name randomly in shock or awe? So, Jamie, I decided to do a little research.
Oh, I wonder if I remember this right.
Really
I think
find out who the fuck Gordon Bennett is. Who do you think he is?
If memory serves what I was told when I was younger, I've never researched this, just someone told me. It was a man who built an airplane hangar around an airplane, and he didn't build it big enough and couldn't get the airplane out.
Incorrect.
Is it incorrect? Oh, here we are. Educate me then.
So, where does the expression Gordon Bennett come from? One thought is that he created it for the fire department of New York. The James Gordon Bennett Medal for bravery, the highest honor a fireman could ever receive. And New York firemen used to say Gordon Bennett as a shock expletive when something was surprisingly good. As in, that was so good, it should win the Gordon Bennett. However, there was another answer. The expression is thought to derive from the controversial reputation of James Gordon Bennett Jr., son of British-born James Gordon Bennett Sr., founder and publisher of the New York Herald. Or, as a minced oath, perhaps a euphemistic substitution for "Gore Blimey."
Oh.
I just love the fact that "Gore Blimey" was at the end. I forgot that was even a word that people used to say in Britain. "Gore Blimey."
So I haven't heard that in a long time.
But then I used to think it was "Core Blimey," not "Gore Blimey."
Actually, yeah. I thought it was Gore Blimey.
I don't know. Who knows? The thing is, Jamie, there seems to be so many phrases that the British people say where you get told you're wrong. So I generally thought it was for intensive purposes. However, it's for intense and purposes.
There's so many.
It's nuts, isn't it?
But it makes me wonder if we're idiots and have heard it wrong, or over the years it's just been changed where people have heard it wrong, and that's just how we've heard it. And we're perfectly normal humans.
Possibly. It's like a really shit version of Chinese whispers.
Yes.
Yeah. Where people have said it, and then all of a sudden now it like the English language now, how I have no fucking clue what any kid under 30 says.
No, nor me. No.
So it's get to the point where you're like, yeah, I guess.
The amount of times I have to ask my children what something means because I haven't got a clue.
You can get to that point soon where it's just gonna be this massive divide between adults and kids, and like we're gonna be like, okay. Do I have to go back to school to learn English all over again? Because I feel that's what's going to have to happen here at this point. It gets to a point where it's just going to be like, yeah, because you were so whizzed, and what Riz is one now that I'm like, no fucking clue.
So that one I know because I asked Sam because I didn't have a clue myself. So, like I said, so many.
Are you going to tell us all?
Oh, it's just Riz is short for charisma.
Right.
He's got Riz. Basically, he's charismatic.
Oh God, this is getting dull. Why are we reinventing the language? Why is this happening? What is going on? Jamie, we're getting so fucking old. Yeah. Do you know that point where you were like, your parents would like talk to you, like, you just don't get it, do you? You just don't fucking get it. When now those people?
Yep.
Like, God, you look back, and you go, God, I was such a twat back then. Like, look at the state of you. Jesus Christ, sort yourself out. If I was to go back in time, I should have for the audience preservation last week. Sort your fucking life out, mate. What's wrong with you? Stop talking like a stupid twat. Like, Jesus Christ.
It's funny because when you look back to when you're young, you're like, oh, mommy's so old and out of touch. And I'm like, she was probably younger than I am now when I was having those thoughts. Like, fuck's sake. I was so old. So old.
Anyway, so yeah, Gordon Bennett. I wonder if I might start walking around just shouting my name out and see if that catches on.
That's a good idea.
Oh, Thomas Stevens. Gee.
Okay, full name.
Just sounds like I'm in trouble. Oh, I made feel a bit ill, actually. Oh,
flashbacks.
Yeah.
Get to your room now.
I don't want to go in the trenches. I don't want to die.
Never understood that. Why did our parents send us to our room where all of our toys and our stuff is? Never understood that.
Oh, I don't know, but you always hated it.
Yeah.
Because it means you couldn't come out. But
I
don't know.
Weird punishment. Weird.
Anyway, if I remember rightly, I put a status out on Friday talking about snorting hot sauce, and you were intrigued as to why I mentioned about snorting hot sauce.
Yes, I'm glad you remembered that I said that because I forgot about this.
So it's going to be the most underwhelming story you've ever heard in your life of all time. Because when you're like, I need some context, like, you're not going to enjoy it. Essentially, Jamie, me and Martin went out for food on Friday night.
Yeah.
Went to the Bockel of sauce. Love calling it that. Don't know why. Bockel just makes me feel a bit like that. You know, that's a word I'm going to start fucking using. You can all start asking me what that means. It just means bottle. How about that? Yeah. I'll start rewriting my own fucking language. How about that? Vish was doing it earlier in the interview. Now I'm fucking doing it now. Anyway, we're in the Bockel of sauce, and they shouted at me for no cash, which was weird. They were like, "No cash, card only." Like, right. But a lot of people have been talking about having cash because of card. Anyway, that's fine. So, and I ordered some buffalo hot wings. And Martin ordered himself some buffalo hot fries and burger and yada, yada, yada. Anyway, it's fucking delicious, and I highly recommend. It's just so fucking... Buffalo anything is insanely tasty. So, the lights have dimmed. We're all having a chat. I can fucking hardly hear anything because I'm deaf as shit in loud environments. So I was like, yeah, absolutely, yeah, cool, yeah, totally. He was just telling me now that someone's died. He was like, oh my god, unreal. No, he hasn't. He wasn't. We were just chatting, and I didn't realise, Jamie Westwood, that I'd got some hot sauce over my finger. And I went to wipe. I was getting like, oh Jesus Christ, bit hot. Wipe the old nose. And what did I do? Wipe the old nose and shove hot sauce straight up my nostrils. So yeah, it wasn't very pleasant. I was surprised it turned into a dragon. I was kind of gutted because I was like breathe fucking fire through it. It was literally, but I could smell amazing because it's like cleared my sense. Yeah.
Oh, that couldn't have been done. How hot are we talking when we say hot sauce?
I could have fucking told you what people are eating in the restaurants down the road. He's having chicken chow mein with prawn crackers. and Schwez, I can never say it. Schwez and pork. Schwez and pork. Sweet Chan. Schwez and Chan pork. He's having that really tasty spicy pork. That's called Schwez pork. That pork from Chinese with the big S and the Z after it. You know that. He's having that. Schwez. I must have got Schwez.
I sort of want to hear you trying to say that to a Chinese person and a Chinese person trying to say Worcestershire sauce at you. Just like
No. If I tried to say Schwez pork at somebody, he would knock me the fuck out. He'd be like, he'd just kick me straight in the bollocks, and then a foot would come out of nowhere and just knock me straight out. I'd be like, what the Jesus Christ, where did that come from? And he still stood there. Like, yeah, fuck you, bitch. What's wrong with you?
Move that fast.
Anyway.
You kick you that hard, you could actually pronounce the word now.
Yeah, I actually turned Chinese. Anyway, so that's basically what happened. Okay. And then obviously the whole thing about snorting milk, please put it in bit. And I was so tempted to go, I'm actually going to try this. And I thought, no. I don't want to go from breathing fire to being a pig. Pig? Where did pig come from? Cow?
That makes more sense. I was thinking, am I missing something here? Okay.
See, he hit me that hard. So yeah, told you, boring story.
No, that's fair. That wasn't boring in the slightest. I enjoyed that.
Okay. Well, I'm pleased.
I did think it'd be very out of character to be you to just go, why not? So that makes more sense.
It never even crossed my mind. I cried a lot.
I'm not surprised.
Unintentionally, obviously. I was a bit like, no, I can't hear. Now I can't fucking see. I can smell amazing. But like, yeah, I can't see.
How hot are we talking when we say hot sauce?
Well, I think it's Frank's.
Oh, that's pretty fucking spicy, isn't it? So
yeah, so it was just a bit tingly. So to say, I've not had a cold since. It's lovely. But the one thing I did want to talk about today was I was walking to work today and I found some house keys on the floor. Okay. Yeah, so I handed them in as you do. But why is locking yourself out of your house so insanely stressful?
Oh, it absolutely is.
I think I've only done it like once in my lifetime. But it's one of those where you lock yourself out, but you have to call the estate agent to let you back in. But what if it's a weekend? What are you going to do then? Fucking be homeless for 2 days?
That's a good point, actually.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it just... Yeah, it's not pleasant.
No, I remember locking myself in my hallway. When I lived in Cheltenham, I lived in an upstairs flat. You basically had to go through the front door, and you go upstairs, and then there's a flat on the left and a flat on the right. And I lived in... But we always locked the downstairs door behind us. So I went into my flat, came out, ready to go back to work, so I popped home on my lunch break. I left the flat, closed the door, realised, shit, I've left my keys inside. So I couldn't go out the front door because it was locked, and I couldn't go into my flat because it was locked. I was stuck on the stairwell. I just sat on the stairs. Couldn't.
How long did it take to get to you?
Almost 2 hours.
No! Oh, shit.
I had to phone work, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be back for a while because I'm trapped in my stairwell. What was worse is I lived literally over the road from where I worked.
I love the idea of them coming to kick the door down.
You will get back on a fucking checkout. No.
Not surprised at being retail. Surprised the fucking managers weren't all there.
Same as Tewkesbury Road, oddly enough.
Yeah. Well, there we are. How full circle that's come round. Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, that was stressful.
It's kind of weird how it's so stressful because it's your place anyway. So it's just like, well, nothing's going to happen to it. I just want to sleep tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I want to be able to eat later.
It's like, what if someone finds my keys? Well, they're not going to know what fucking door they go to. They're just going to have keys.
So, if you buy a house, say, and you live by yourself, what do you do then?
Smash a window. I don't know.
It's like,
what would you do?
Yeah, what would you do in that situation? Because how are you getting in?
Unless a family member or someone you've given a spare key to in case of emergency, I have no idea.
Interesting. Anyone that lives by themselves that owns their place, what do you do in that sort of situation? I'm intrigued because I would probably cry.
Yeah.
The amount of I literally think I've got PTSD for checking locks now and checking I've got keys because of that happening back in 2007, I think it was. Like every time I'm like, I better make sure I have the keys, but I better make sure about 5 times that I have the keys and they're in the right pocket, because obviously if you put them in the wrong pocket, then you think you've lost them. Because you only check one, you won't check all 4 pockets, you'll check the one and then go, I've lost my keys. Fuck, where are they? Either they're sitting in the back pocket where your wallet normally goes, or they're going, oh fuck, I don't know what am I going to do, but you're searching and you can hear them. You can hear them the entire time, and you're there going, where the fuck are these bastards? Where are they? Even if they've got them on your person the entire time.
I've had PTSD where I always double check that I've locked the door.
Yeah.
Because I did the opposite where I went out and left my front door open all day. Yeah. The person I'm still good friends with the person I lived with at the time. She still has no idea.
Wow.
I went out the house, went around the side to get my bike, and then had to go back in to set the alarm because I was rushing around. I can't remember the reason, but I just got my bike and left and forgot to do the whole setting the alarm and closing the door bit.
Where was this?
It was in Birmingham.
Oh, okay.
I ain't going into too much detail because if they ever hear this, they'll fucking murder me.
Why did it matter now? Because it's like years ago.
I don't know. I don't want them to ever find out.
Oh, is it because you're married to them?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. But yeah. Luckily,
you can't bring this up and give me half a fucking story.
I can't remember. I think I'm quite a while away before I realised. And I was like, shit, I know what I've done. I had to rush home. And luckily, nothing had happened. We were quite fortunate. We lived on like a quiet grove. So it wasn't like a main road. So I was quite fortunate. But fuck, that could have ended up really badly.
So, okay, so you only give me half a story and fuck all happened.
Fuck all happened, but still, it scarred me for life. So,
dude, oh my, wow.
What did you want me to turn around and go? Oh yeah, my house was completely robbed. All my belongings were stolen.
We're having a refit right now at work, but we're not allowed to tell you to refit. So I was like, what do you want us to fucking say then? We've been burgled. Yeah, they took our walls. They really like walls. So all the glasses are still here, all the money's still here, but for some reason they really like air conditioning units and walls.
Why can't you tell me?
And carpet. Carpet's gone as well. Don't fucking know. Weird.
Stupid.
So I was just like, yeah, being burgled. I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? The waiting area is now over here. Like crazy. I don't know what they've been doing a bit of. They're doing a bit of fucking DIY around it at the same time, I think. Taking the walls up, move the chairs around. Looks really nice now.
This is just a new look we're going for.
Yeah, it's just fucking weird. People are weird. Oh.
Oh.
I know people won't watch this, so yeah.
Miss Stevens, I have brought something to the show this week.
Holy fucking shit! Let me strap myself in because this could be a really bumpy ride.
About an hour ago, I discovered possibly the greatest news article I've ever read.
Oh.
I might be overselling it.
According to Jamie Westwood.
According to Jamie Westwood. This is a story of a 9-year-old boy from Derbyshire. Right. He went all the way to Europe. I think it was Denmark he went to compete in the European Championships of the seagull impersonation competition.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is a little boy dressed as a seagull, sounding exactly like a seagull.
Oh, right.
Cooper Wallace, a gull enthusiast from Chesterfield, competed in the 4th European Gull Championship in Belgium on Sunday, taking to the stage in a full gull costume, and won 92 points out of 100, making him first place in the junior category.
Why is this a thing?
My favourite sentence out of this whole article. As part of his act, he lunged at a large cone of chips being held by his sister.
Oh.
My school friends thought it was annoying at first, but not now that I've won. I just wanted to enjoy myself making seagull noises. But he does admit they can be a bit scary, as when he was younger, one stole a ham sandwich from him.
Is that why he's become one?
That is why he's become one. He actually said, I saw like a little interview of him on like Good Morning Britain or This Morning or whatever it was. He says, I feel like I may have had Spider-Man syndrome because I got attacked by a seagull and now I can do really good impressions of them.
And one stole my ham sandwich and it went over my head and nipped my finger. So we think it's the Spider-Man effect that I do the seagull noise.
I get that parents are meant to be encouraging and you know what I mean, right? Hang on, right? I get that parents are meant to be encouraging for whatever their children want to be. He's not the one that got molested in Sunderland, is he?
By a seagull.
By the guy that masturbated over a seagull.
Oh, fuck, I forgot all about that. I'm going to guess it's not him.
Okay.
Unless that's code for having his ham sandwich stolen.
This is concerning as fuck, I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, why?
Let's keep in mind, he won the junior category. So there is also a shit ton of other kids taking part in this.
Who wakes up one morning and just goes, fancy being a seagull today?
Apparently.
Just really fancy it. You know, like the woman who woke up Chinese?
I forgot about that.
Do you reckon there is... I used to work with her husband. That, you know, true story. You know that I wonder... I don't know what to say to this. I think this is insane.
But you want me to blow your mind a little bit more with it?
Oh,
so
fuck.
I said he won the junior category. So there is also adult category.
Oh, jeez.
And on top of that, there is a group category where several people get together and act like a nest of seagulls.
A flock of seagulls.
Flock, that's it. Couldn't think of the word. Then.
You would have thought we'd done all your research. I couldn't be fucked. I got to this story, thought, fuck it, who cares?
The fucking word flock. That's what you jump on. Ignore the fact that
you forgot you went to the nest. I mean, they're totally two different words.
But who gets together with their friends and go, I got a great idea. Let's go and be seagulls in fucking Belgium.
You'd think it'd be a fucking stag pie. Not an actual competition. Mind you, talking of stag do's, did you see, I don't know if you know about Kurt Zuma kicking his cat? He's a West Ham defender, football. No. Okay, so someone dressed as a cat, the stag dressed as the cat, and everyone else was dressed as Kurt Zuma. Fucking superb. And they chased him everywhere. Absolutely amazing. Like that's genius. Want to be a fucking seagull? Oh, I absolutely despair. I thought pageantry was fucking awful, but this is worse. You know what I mean? Like, talk about pushy parents. Fucking hell.
The mom in the interview was like, well, he wanted to do it, and I thought, you know what? It'd be a nice weekend away, even if nothing happens. He ended up winning.
We don't believe in our child's seagull abilities. We think his seagull abilities are fucking shit, but we get to go to Belgium for a weekend. So...
It's the system that makes me laugh as well. It's like, we don't want it to feel left out, so I'll tell you what, hold a cone of chips and he can try and attack it.
I was surprised they didn't fucking make other chips. Their fucking French fry outfit. Jesus fucking Christ. I love that who judges this shit as well? How are the judges seagull enthusiasts? So they're just fucking there like, yeah. Oh, his pecking was superb, but the way he's waddling is just not working for me. Sorry, 7. Sorry, no. Aggressiveness, fantastic, yes, lovely. But the way he died, he could have got a bit more with the head and the beak rather than full body. So no, that's a 2. 2. Yeah, fucking that is. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Who the fuck wants to be a seagull? I thought changing the English language to Riz, peak, and gas was fucking awful enough. But no, apparently there's kids that want to be fucking seagulls now. I'm waiting for the movies now. Waiting for the fucking Marvel movies to start coming out. Seagullman. But if you've got chips, fucking watch out.
What a fucking weird way to deal with trauma. I was stung by a bee when I was a kid for a fucking ham sandwich. Should I have spent the rest of my life just going, I want to do impressions of bumblebees? Just...
Is that why you eat flowers all the time?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Oh God!
Cover my bum in honey. Yeah. No.
Why your ass?
I can't
Why
produce
your
it. So I
hands?
just pretend.
Oh, okay. I want to leak honey out my rim. Thanks. I've just broken the fucking chair. Fucking hell. Anyway, yeah, that's like a weird sex act. Oh my God, that would stick your ass together. Because you imagine shitting with a stuck ass full of honey, and it like ricochet back because it's so fucking strings out. Like, nah. It's like a reverse fucking slingshot catapult thing. Just comes out your mouth. Starts shitting out your mouth now because it works all the way up. Yeah.
Would you go into A&E with that one? Would you go to A&E with that one? Well, let me tell you what I did.
A doctor's like, where's the nearest mental institution? No, doctor, seriously, I can't poo. I can't poo. The honey, it just ricochets back. Can you do something about it, please? You just have like a whole arse of bees. You've become
Stop chasing me.
You've become fucking Queen Bee. Yeah. That's a shit superpower. You got your fucking seagull mates putting in. Jesus Christ. Oh, I mean.
Oh God.
Spider-Man effect. Like, I really feel for that kid going to high school. Imagine going to high school and going, I'm a fucking champion seagull, mate. Yeah, all right, buddy.
That's the first thing Becky said. She's like, that kid is going to get bullied to fuck at school. Like, yes.
But you know what? Do you know what, mate? Be a fucking seagull. Fuck the haters. I know it's pissed the last 10 minutes, but fuck them.
Be who you want to be in this world.
Be a seagull. Yeah, exactly. That's what this is about.
Stamping out prejudice, hatred, and intolerance towards seagulls. Fuck yeah.
Absolutely. I bet he wants to beat the shit out of a guy from Sunderland now that masturbated over one.
Probably.
Yeah. Prick. Oh, Jamie, I mean, I know that's a bring something to the table, but I did not expect that.
What can I say?
Fucking hell.
You ask, I provide.
What have I been bitten by? A dog. Woof. I mean, it's
what an intimidating and excellent impression.
Woof. Thanks. Yeah. Bark, bark, bitch. Anyway, so after that thrilling ride, how are you?
I'm good. I'm rather amused. I'm rather tired because I'm on nights, but yeah, other than that, I'm good.
I can imagine you nodding off working on nights as well.
Oh,
Jamie, would you mind just doing that thing for? Well, sorry, would you mind just being able to she's dying, so if you could just actually just take that out of her, that'd be wonderful. And like, I got none. You just get parts of it, so it's like take her out. Wonderful. Oh, okay. If she wants to go for a walk outside, I don't mind. But she's got no legs. She's got no legs, Jay. Oh, it doesn't matter. I've got a wheelchair. You wrote her ass cock on shoulder.
I was waiting for that. I fucking knew it was going.
Yeah, I'm fine. I think I'm delirious. Like
too much seagull.
Today, well, I mean, that's just. When my brain was trying to rack jokes as fast as possible, but I couldn't actually do anything. My brain was like, I think this is too mental to even make this out of. This is too ridiculous to even make jokes out of. Like, this is a thing. What the fuck are you going to come up with next? Like, like the bee championships. Not spelling bee, the actual bee. Yeah. Oh, your sister's going to dress as a flower. You got to sit on her face. That's a bit weird. I ain't doing that because that's illegal. Yeah, but you want to be a bee. She wants to be a flower. So what are you going to do about it? I just hold her instead. Anyway, what were we talking about? Yeah, I'm fine, my friend. Yeah. Work today has just been like, what the fuck is going on? It's just been nuts. Like, it's just been like physically, I just feel like, you can't even lift your limbs.
It baffles me how busy you guys get. Like, surely if people need glasses, they've got them. Like, it blows my mind. It's weird.
It blows my mind, especially when half the shop is fucking, a bomb site.
Yeah.
And it's like a record-breaking day today.
So real.
Just crazy. Sorry, just absolutely crazy. What have you doing yourself?
Not a lot, to be fair. I've mostly been Rihannaing as always. Like I said, I'm on nights in a minute. But I did actually get 2 days off together over the weekend, so I had the kids stay over here, which was nice. Unfortunately, it's a bit too close to payday, so I couldn't really afford to go out and do much. But we just chilled around the house and had a good time. Got out the N64. Sam wanted to play a Pokemon game I've got on it. Then we decided to play WWF No Mercy, a game that I had played to death in my childhood. And the kid absolutely fucking destroyed me in it. I don't know what happened. Do not know. It absolutely obliterated me. I couldn't move. I was like, what is going on? My younger self is so embarrassed right now because I was the king of this game.
Do you reckon it's because we get older, we don't get as reactive?
Probably.
So to him, he's like, to you, it's like, and just, there we go. And he's like, cheers, see you later.
It probably is that. But he absolutely whooped my ass as the Godfather because he just was fascinated by the fact he looked like a pimp.
That's because that was the whole point of the character.
Well, yeah.
Classic teenage boy, I suppose.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I suppose he wanted to go aboard the Ho train.
I do not want to think about that. Thank you very much.
But he would have done this when he was the Godfather every time.
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't want to think about it. He's my innocent boy. Leave him alone.
Okay.
What about yourself? What have you been up to?
I wonder what Paulie would. I'm joking. No, I'm joking. I don't actually wonder that at all. In any way, shape, or form. Thank you very much. I freaked myself out there. Sorry about that. But your son's definitely watched porn. What have I done? Oh yeah, so I went and had food and went out in Martin on the Friday. That was really nice. Got to catch up a little bit. I'm getting concerned for my hearing. If I'm in loud environments, mate, we're at Primordial this Saturday. Good fucking luck.
I'll take some cue cards.
I was gonna be like, yeah. I was like, I was way up here and point at stuff and thumbs up. Because I ain't gonna hope's hell in chance. Hope's hell in chance? Hope's chance in hell.
I know what you meant.
Oh, dude, like, is this Earth? No, Rihanna a lot. Lots of Rihanna-ing. Plenty of fucking Rihanna-ing. Lots of watching wrestling, as usual. That's what's been going on. Other than that, mate, fuck all.
Fuck all.
It's weird. I get home. I was talking to my mum last night, and you get home from work. So you've been working all day. She fucking works from home. I don't know what she's bitching and whinging about. You get up for work, right? So I get up at 7 a.m. I go to work for 8:30. I get back at 6 p.m. I leave at 5:30. Get back at 6 p.m. And I find myself sitting in my bed going, "What just happened?"
Yeah,
you know. And the whole day, it's like, what has physically? How did 20,000 steps? I work in a small building.
I was going to say,
what the fuck is going on here? And then the next thing you know, it's 8 p.m. You're like, oh shit, where did those 2 hours go? Fucking social media.
Yeah.
Every time, and the evening's done.
I always find my time at work drags, goes so slow. Then as soon as I'm at home, my own house, my own comforts. Oh, what's that? Okay, it feels like half an hour and the day's done. I'm starting to go to bed now. For fuck's sake.
No, it feels like you get home and it's Friday. You go, well, where's Thursday? What? Have I missed what? What's happened? I was meant to be at work last night. What happened there? It's 20:52. Well, what else would you mean? I'm fucking 70 now. What's happened? That's what it feels like.
Yeah, it's fucking annoying.
We're 37 and 38 this year.
Yeah, don't remind me.
And it's like, holy fuck. Like, what? I remember being a kid at like 12, being like, God, I can't wait for school to end. I can't wait to be an adult. And now I'm like, fucking hell, can I be a kid again, please?
They always say
holy
that.
Shit.
But when you said it to me when I was a kid, and I was like, nah, you're lying, mate. I can't wait to get out of here. Bring it back.
You guys spend 9 till 3 with your fucking mates every day.
Yeah. So living the other day, like, what you do today? I've been learning about pirates. It's like, I want to spend my day learning about pirates, man.
Of course you fucking do. You're child brain. Your body's gone. Your mind is still there.
Pretty much. Although she did crap me up the other day. She was like, oh, what have you been learning about pirates? I've been learning about this pirate. I can't remember his name, but he's got a black beard. I was like, black beard? She's like, oh yeah, that's it.
Oh dear God. There's no hope.
That's what the future's for.
There's no fucking hope. She doesn't know what TikTok is yet, does she?
No. She's not going on there. Like...
Oh, well, interesting. What videos do you watch? She's not going on there.
Seagulls video.
Dad's got his special videos on there.
It was TikTok where I found out about that news article, actually. So there we are.
That is insane. I can't believe that's a thing. And welcome to the Dog Bed Championships.
For next week's episode, I think I might actually look up some of the weirdest competitions around the world because I'm intrigued now what a fucking bizarre shit there is.
Have you seen that woman who turns herself into Quality Street?
Sorry, what?
Oh, she dresses. I think there's one dressed up as Quality Street as well, dressed up as the furniture in her house. This morning, I think got really short of guests. Yeah, I just went, fuck it. Let's go and find the most mental people in the world and put them on fucking national TV so everybody else can fucking take the piss out of them. Imagine going on a date with someone, right? You're like, oh, I'm really looking forward to this. This is going to be really nice. Oh, so what do you do for a living? I dress up as furniture. I'll take the bill, please. I think we're done here. So what? So when you're making love, is she just going to be the bed? So are you going to be fucking yourself, like just fucking a bed? How would you even be a bed? Because you'd have to go, you'd have to feet down and you'd have to crab, but then you're arching too much. I don't know. There's obviously skills to this shit. Well, yeah, but I think she was a lamp when she was on TV. So it's mental. It's her idea of foreplay. She's like, you gotta find me first. I'm waiting for that fucking seagull kid to tell my Britain's Got Fucking Talent. Oh my god, it's gonna happen, isn't it? Yeah, you just put it in the world. And do you know what's going to happen? And do you know what's going to happen? He's going to fucking win it. He's going to fucking win golden buzzer that shit or whatever they do. I don't know. No, win the whole thing. He's going to win the whole thing. But how could you make another act out of that? Put him on strings? Yeah. Or randomly, judges, do you want some fish and chips? Just randomly, we'll get you some fish and chips. Oh, it's a seagull act tonight. Oh, lovely. Got a bit of chips here. Fucking 9-year-old flies out from the sea. Yeah. And they all turn to fucking seagulls, apparently. Simon Cowell doesn't know what to do with himself. As soon as you get fucking bitten, apparently you turn into one. Jesus Christ. I suppose we're going to get seagull. Sorry, I didn't bring this up again. We're going to get seagull fucking tattoos when he's old enough. Number one seagull. What was the trophy? Oh, there wasn't a picture of the trophy. I'm intrigued now. Oh, I'll have to have a look. And is he a Brighton and Hove Albion fan? Is that their nickname? Seagulls. Oh, okay. The Seagulls is their nickname, yeah. Jesus. Yeah, football related. Sorry. Yeah, I apologise. Yeah. Don't apologise to me. Like, fucking hell. Oh, you don't like sport, prick? No, it's fine. Oh. I like sport. You like to make your bathroom as fucking dinosaur shaped. Yeah. What are we up to? We're having this conversation. I'm telling you now. Yeah, but I forgot what we got up to because we just went off on seagulls again. Yeah, it's fine. Fucking seagulls. Jesus Christ. They do look like they'd knock you the fuck out, though, don't they? Oh, yeah, they are pretty scary, to be fair. They're like the bulldogs of the bird world. Fuck, or staffies. Fuck, you look at that, mate. It's a Lee Evans sketch. Give me a fucking chip. Yeah, not a whole ass of a lot, boys. Just playing Braden, catching up with Braden on Monday. That was really nice. He's got fucking loads going on at the moment, which is really fucking nice to see. I've been watching a shit of AW and WWE. I've been Rihanna in, of course, like to shit. Been on quite a few walks. Yeah, that's probably. I know saw Martin Friday. I'm trying to think of anything. And then please come on down to the Primordial Festival on Saturday, yeah. Wolverhampton, KK Steel Mill. If you want to come and see your boys, not your boys, that just sounds really fucking lame. If you want to come and see Tom and Jamie from the Chronicles of Podcast, we'll be representing the Sophie Lancaster Foundation this Saturday at KK Steel Mills in Wolverhampton. It's going to be good fun. We had a great time last year, so it should be good fun. We did. I really hope I can hear people this year. And we better make sure we fucking eat. Yeah. Hope you have more food, Primordial KKs, whoever sets that up. Have more food. It fucking sold out like within seconds. Like, oh shit! I guess we'll fucking starve then. Didn't we have Haribo? Yeah, we had Haribo. That was so like, didn't we all fucking Haribo? Mate? We had Haribo, didn't we, mate? Nutritious bag of Haribo. Cockney geezer. Yeah, bloody Haribo, love it. Tang fucking fast at this. Sorry, poor. I'll see myself out. But I believe we're all cut up, Joe. We are indeed.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Braden from Say We Can Fly. Just letting you know, got a brand new merch store out there.
Please let me say the link. Let me say the link, please.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Yes, you can say the link. Yes, all right. Okay. So the link for the shop.
So the link for the shop is www.saywecanfly.shop.
All right, good job, Seamus. So www.saywecanfly.shop. 10% off if you use the code.
Let me say the code. Let me say the code, please.
Okay, fine. You can say the code. If you use the code.
The code is The Chronicles.
What? No, it's not.
The Chronicles.
No, it's not. It's The Chronicles, Seamus.
Yeah, that's what I said.
The Chronicles at checkout, all right? You get 10% off.
10% off?
Yes, they know, Seamus. Okay?
I'm just trying to help, all right?
Visit www.saywecanfly.shop and use code The Chronicles for 10% off your order. Available at participating Say We Can Fly restaurants and web stores. Some restrictions may apply, but probably not.
It's time for your favorite segment of the week. Stab Callum's Treachings. Yes!
Do you want to know something? Callum will be able to tell you in Callum's Treachings.
Is cereal soup?
Ooh.
Hello, this week's Treachings come from the set of my own podcast, That Gym Couple Podcast, that I host with my partner Lucy, where we discuss all things gyms, fitness, gym anxiety, and a bunch of other stuff in between. If you do have the opportunity to come and check us out at That Gym Couple Podcast on Spotify and YouTube, we'd very much appreciate it.
Callum is back to treat the nation, the country, the world, the universe, the galaxy. I won't even say Qui-Gon 12 this week because Joe didn't fucking get my joke last week. So,
but I know what you mean now. So I can...
Oh, I said one thing I did do before we catch on. I had my beard trimmed.
Oh,
I'm a beard cut. No one's noticed, so it's always nice, isn't it? Appreciate that massively. Anyway, Jamie, as I'm off to the side for some reason, what is Callum Treachings this week?
For all we know, the blue whale might be the biggest living animal in the universe.
Yeah, but do aliens exist?
Well, we don't know.
We would have found out by. We would have surely, right? You would have found out by now.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? You would
surely.
So.
I love the idea of, like, no offense, Tom DeLong, but I love the idea of people being like, yeah, I got abducted, and then it was well weird. I've got no proof, right? I've got absolutely no proof on me whatsoever. All I've got is my word. I tell you, I bloody saw it. I tell thee, I bloody saw it. It's like someone who said he saw fucking Loch Ness Monster last week. Oh, get over yourself.
People are still claiming that.
Are you fucking for real? Yeah, there's a big fucking dragon-ass snake monster that lives in the fucking... in Scotland, of all places. Do you know how fucking cold our water is? Like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, because there's a massive fucking dragon snake thing that lives under there. That's called... we've called her Nessie. What a little Nessie. She's so sweet. No, she'd probably eat you a fucking live.
Yep.
If she was real. Or I saw a random big monkey thing with huge fucking feet. Sorry, with one massive foot and one very small one. Apparently, he's got a big foot.
That's a good point. Why do they call it a big foot and not big feet? It's a really good point. I never thought of that.
Have you just seen the one foot? Have you? Is that all you've seen? Probably some very hairy man. He's probably shagging something behind the bushes, and all this was a foot sticking out. Probably. And they're like, ah, the fuck is that? There's a big foot over here. It's gone.
It's that Chinese whisper thing again, isn't it? You saw a big foot. What's a big foot? Yeah.
It's some weird Yeti-like creature. What's a Yeti? I don't fucking know. Well, we'll say it's very hairy, and it's muscular as fuck. For some weird ass. It's got its own gym, the old Yeti gym in the forest. It's back and bar day today. Are you joining in? Are you joining in?
Bigfoot's Big Lifts, you know the one.
Nice, great name. Fucking Kong's down today as well. Kong's there and all doing his fucking workouts. Kong's there. He's a special guest PT today for Yeti. Big fucking Kong's there. Kong's there like, oh. Benching like 1 million kilograms. And Yeti's there like, oh, I can only do 5,000.
How did we go from blue whales to monkey gyms? How did that happen?
Because people believe in stupid shit, Jay.
No, that's fair.
I mean, this interview this week is all about fucking cults and
yeah.
So, but yeah, for all we know, the blue whale is the biggest mammal going, biggest animal going. And you know, unless I physically see an actual fucking alien, I will not believe anything. So
yeah, you'd think after all these years that we would have found them by now. If there was.
So, and why would I want to come here? We're all dumb as fuck here.
If anything, that is the reason why we don't know about them, because they've avoided us like the fucking plague.
That, or they have their own lives and live their own world, just like we do. And they're just different creatures, different varieties of creatures, up wherever they may be, living the exact same way we do, but in their own alien way. So maybe they have moronic aliens as well. Moronic species.
Just fucking moronic.
Yeah. And they all go to school until 16. And then, do you know what I mean?
It's exactly the same, but they're like green and got two heads or some shit.
No, I mean, like, they're actually normal. They're just one-headed.
Exactly the fucking same.
Not as humans. They've got the little antenna and stuff, but they're literally one head, 2 arms, 2 legs, cock and balls or vagina.
It's like the alien from
like
South
literally.
Park.
Yeah, literally like just like we are, but they're just different species doing their own thing. I love that they've got their own planetary like schools. They've got their own stuff going on, and they can't fly over either. They're going. I wonder if there's any life anywhere else. I wonder if there's life in that Earth. Looks a bit weird. Do you know what I mean?
But species actually ever met like, you're just as fucking dull and mundane as us. We're learning nothing from you.
And that's why they're not coming down.
Exactly.
Anyway, Joey, what else has Callum treated us this week?
People just don't yell World Star like they used to in old YouTube videos.
World Star?
Maybe this is above our heads.
Yeah.
I don't remember the glory
I remember
days of YouTube very well.
Well, it's just the good old days, isn't it? When it used to be for like clips of stuff, and now you can get pretty much anything. But this one is gonna go over our head, I'm afraid.
I'm afraid so.
Let's have a quick Google.
Have a Google of World Star, yeah, go on. I can get almost guaranteed some old YouTuber just goes World Star at the end of everything and everyone just copied him.
Do you reckon?
It's gotta be.
World Star YouTube. I've just got World Star Hip Hop.
I don't know. You've lost us on this one, Callum.
Yeah, sorry, mate. I have absolutely no idea what World Star is.
No. But it does make a point, though, that these trends happen and everyone does it, and then all of a sudden, dead. It just stops. It's all of a sudden uncool and no one does it anymore.
It's
weird.
such a weird. It is weird. Oh, I want to throw a massive bucket of ass over me for no reason to raise money for charity. Oh, I want to stab myself in the eye with forks to see how many eyeballs I can pull out with each prong. Oh, I think I might use a gun and start shooting people like Russian roulette and see how many people I can kill. Oh, but they're mental though. Oh, I might put a Bunsen burner as close to my face as possible, see if I get burnt. It's so weird. It's always like really death-defying shit. Oh, I wonder how far I could jump over buildings. And put that on TikTok just for likes and comments. I don't give a fuck about anything else. If I die, I die.
I'm going to dress up as a clown and jump out at people for 2 weeks.
Oh, the clown shit.
Yeah.
Telling Madam Di anyway, she stood there. Are you bored, mate? Are you all right? Do you want a curly whirly or a Snickers? You're not right unless you're on your Snickers.
Curly whirly.
Fucking weird. Fucking weird.
People are weird.
I have too much fucking time on their hands, clearly. It's like playing people online in games. Mate, I have a full-time job. And you go on there like, you're trash, M8. You are trash, M8. EZ. Like, all right, cool. Don't really care. I've seen boobies. In real life.
I've never understood that word.
Trends are fucking weird.
They really are. I've never understood it. Even when I was younger, I was like, huh?
I might start one is how high can you jump up a balcony in a 50 fucking story flat and see how many we can get rid of. Like the new Darwin effect. Let's see how many we can get rid of. Oh, here's a trend where I'm going to jump out of a massive building and just AI the whole shit out. Like, dirty floors! My legs aren't broken, they're still here, they're fine. I love the idea. It's like, he turns like a fucking accordion. That's all your organs exploding.
You can guarantee there's at least one idiot that believe it will fall for it, though. So, yeah.
At least he gets rid of him. No, I'm joking. We don't condone death or violence on this show. Thank you.
No.
I was only. All this is comedy. These are called jokes.
Yes.
Yes. We don't actually mean anything by anything we say. We just want to get ha-has out of your little bellies. Anyway, and finally, Callum, so sorry to fucking destroy that one. We're so sorry. We have no idea what that is. Please inform us so we can write ourselves next week. And finally, Jamie, what else is Callum teaching us this fucking week?
Many movie plots become obsolete with the invention of cell phones.
So true. What was that film? The Payphone or something like that? Colin Farrell. That just
phone booth.
Phone booth. That does it. That's just gone.
Yeah. Or it's like, oh my God, I'm lost. Don't worry. Google Maps. Be fine. I can't get through. I'll just call emergency services. It'll be fine. I'm here.
Maybe we could take a photo of this. Oh, yeah, there you go. Sort of.
Yeah.
Work out this maths really fast. I'll just Google it. Cheers, mate.
Calculator.
Job done.
It's
a really good point. Like that one a lot.
I have to go back to all the films now. I'm going to see which ones we can be like, no. Trackers on your car. Dude, where's my car? Oh, it's in a car lot just about 4 blocks away.
About horror films are like, I can't call anyone. They've cut the house phone. They've cut the wires to the house phone. It's all right. I've got my boss service sorted.
Yeah. Oh, so true. My brain's not like because I'm so shit with films. My brain's gone. Nope.
I could tell the plot.
Nothing for you today. Nothing for you today. Sorry, Tom. You're on your own, my friend. You're on your own. That's what my brain sounds like in my head.
I like it. Your brain is a small Mexican.
One of the voices. One of the voices that's in there.
I was going to say one of them got to be Northern.
Whoa!
Oh, what you done?
Fucking broken this chair is what I've done, haven't I?
At least it isn't mid-interview.
True. It's so broken. I have to change this chair. Yeah, I fucked it. So I need to stay really fucking still now. So as long as I stay really fucking still, I'll be fine. Just see me disappear off the screen.
Just say it's going to
and I'll be like a hand going, Jamie, I'm all right. I'm just going to do the show from down here.
It's going to read my journal off the floor.
But yeah, because my brain's goes like Terminator, but that's futuristic. So
yes and no. It's sort of set in the 80s, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's set in the future. It's just made in the 80s.
Terminator?
Yes.
No, because he comes back in time to modern day, doesn't he?
Which is the one... Yeah, but that's... Okay, never mind. I have seen it, I swear. I promise. I've definitely fucking seen it. This is no phone books. There's no phone books now, though. So we haven't actually had to find her address.
That's a fucking good point, actually. So yeah, even that's bollocks. Yeah.
Yeah. And he comes back. I must kill Sarah Connor. How the fuck do I find her? Shit.
I would Google it, but I do not have a mobile phone contract.
My phone is in my eyes. There we go.
Just walk into the EE store. I would like to take out a mobile phone contract.
It'll be Verizon, wouldn't it? It wouldn't be EE. Verizon or T-Mobile. Did you know you can get 4 lines for $25? I kill you now. Nothing's going to beat the first. Sorry. My brain's just gone. Cool. You've had enough. You've had plenty. See you later. Callum, thank you. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. As always, graciously appreciated. The man's a fucking genius.
Yes, he is.
And the only problem is now I've got a fucking weak ass journal to follow that shit. It's time for Tom's journal. And welcome to another edition of Tom's Journal. So here we go, Jamie. You ready?
Come on.
Doctor looking at my x-rays. Yeah. It's exactly what I was afraid of. Me. What's wrong, Doctor? What's wrong? Skeletons.
Fuck me. He says it's poor. You just scraped the barrel with the stupidest entry.
I told you. I told
That
you I'm
was
scraping.
Fucking
Yeah.
glorious.
I told you I'm scraping, so you're just going to have to bear with it and get on
Love
with it.
me a stupid entrance.
No, you don't. You fucking take the piss out of every single time.
Yeah, because I love them so much.
Buying frozen pizza is such a fucking lie. Oh, do you know what? I'll say this when I don't feel like cooking. Surprise, surprise! Day one, don't feel like cooking.
We all do it. We've all got that food dial for when I can't be asked. Oh, the day I brought it, it seems to be the day I can't be asked.
Yeah, absolutely. I've lost my. There we are. Boss, look, you were gone for 7 hours just to smoke. Me, yeah, it was a brisket.
For fuck's sake. Oh. Forget everything I said about that first entrance. That is the stupidest fucking one.
I told you. It's they're all barrel scrapers, so you just have to get over it. You're just gonna have to get over it. When I was 5, I found out my grandpa had a twin. When I saw him after my grandpa's funeral, a fucking heads up would have been nice. Oh,
Could you imagine that?
Oh, I can't believe you're gone. I did, Granddad. What the fuck?
At least he knew about his existence. Imagine if he had no idea he existed. He just turned up. Like,
yeah,
what?
2 granddads.
Fucking hell.
2 fucking granddads there. How weird's that? One of them is and one of them isn't, but they look exactly the same. Yeah. That's fucking, oh my God, it'd blow your mind, wouldn't it?
Oh.
Jamie, when I was a kid, bedtime was 9 p.m. I couldn't wait to be a grown-up, so I could go to bed anytime I wanted. Turns out it's 9 p.m.
It's funny when you're a kid, you're like, no, I don't want to sleep. I want to be up all the hours. And as soon as you're an adult, you're like, leave me alone and go to sleep.
Yeah. It's always the way. Although I like to enjoy the evening because I go to bed like midnight, then fucking hate my life in the morning. Fun facts for you, Jay. And for everyone listening that doesn't live in the UK, did you know in England you can experience all 4 seasons in one weekend?
It feels like it, doesn't it?
At the moment, yeah. James, one day, I want someone to look at me and say, that's him. He's the one. And not follow it with, who ate all the donuts.
Oh. I thought you'd be like, that's him in a criminal lineup, but no, donuts is so much better.
Yeah. This really made me laugh. This is football related, just to let you know before I give you the spiel, all right? Because you might be like, what the fuck are you on about?
I'll try and understand it.
Today was my proudest moment as a teacher. It's break time. I'm on Astro duty, says AstroTurf bitches. The sun's shining, the kids are having fun. Sir! A football comes pelting towards me. 1 touch control, 25-yarder, loafers on, curled one right into the top bins. Astro loses its mind. Guard of honor from year 11.
You always had that one teacher that just looked to be cool in front of the kids.
I used to play for one of my teachers in year 8.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he loved it. It was great. Irish guy, shout out to Mr. McLean, legend. Wonder what he's doing now. Anyway, and finally, when someone crashed into their local Indian restaurant, the locals had a field day dishing out the puns. Are you ready for this?
Oh, go on.
All right, let's just squeeze in. I have to zoom in a little bit. Let's be honest. At least it's not in the castle moat. I heard someone was in a coma.
Oh.
No jokes, please. That could have been someone's nan.
Oh.
All right, pal. I don't want to get into an argy-bargy with you. These jokes are so good, I'm biting my pilau reading them. Why must everyone tika the mickey out of others' misfortunes? I know, such a pitter. Stop making a big doll out of this. And that was another edition of Tom's Journal.
Oh, it's fucking golden.
Incredible.
Oh, there's you saying it's a weak journal. That was a fucking great journal.
No, you fucking were shitting all over it right at the beginning. Don't give me that.
I love the fucking stupid entrance. I may take the piss, but I fucking love the stupid entrances. I can't even say it. Entrances.
That's right. I can't say Shoes, Res, Van Pork. So you're all good. Shusen. Is it Shusen? Schwez? I need to learn this word.
I think it's Shezwan, isn't it?
Is it Shezwan?
I think so. Don't hold me to it because I'm a brummie.
Thank you so much for helping me out early at the beginning of this show. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Leave me to fucking ruin that 15 times.
It was funny.
Thanks, mate.
You're welcome.
It's about getting into schools and talking to young people because, you know, I know that people can change. And it's about talking to people and getting them to understand and perhaps step back from violence and prejudice and whatever. And we just need to work together and keep on the good fight there.
Absolutely. Hey there, guys. We are ecstatically happy to announce that we are associated with the Sophie Lancaster Foundation.
The times are changing, and with the unfortunate death of Sophie, those changes have made a massive impact for the future. If Sophie was with us still today, I can guarantee what you are doing will still be reaching so many lives of young teenagers, young adults, and those who wish to be as different as possible. So thank you very much.
To find out more about this incredible foundation and all the work they do, and more importantly, how you can help, head on over to www.sophielancasterfoundation.com.
Mama, Mr. Stevens. Mama, Mr. Stevens.
What the fuck's that?
All the small things. It didn't come out very well.
Oh, yeah, I can hear it now you said it. I said a Jamie, 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 a Jamie, Jamie, a Jamie, a Jamie, a Jamie, Jamie. I said a J, hey, a me, a J, Jamie, Jamie, a Jamie, Jamie. Just should have danced to that song, did you? Oh my god.
It's audience participation time.
I said a participate, bitch, a participate, bitch, participate, bitch. I said a participate, bitch, participate, bitch, participate, bitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to participate in Jamie's participation challenge.
I never thought the last ketchup would be referenced on this show.
What a shit fucking name for a band as well.
Fucking yes.
The Ketchup. Fucking
with the ketchup song. So fucking stupid.
Oh.
Anyway, audience participation this week. We asked, what is the funniest, most inconvenient curse you could place upon someone? What say you, Mr. Stevens?
That as soon as you're about to talk, you forget what you're going to say.
Oh, that's just me anyway.
So you just forget language.
Oh, that would drive me absolutely insane.
Hey, John, the other person mental as well. I'm like, what the fuck are you trying to say?
The most inconvenient thing I could think of was every time you get to the top of the stairs, you realise you left the light on downstairs.
Oh, dude.
I will say, our listeners are pure fucking evil for some of the things they have come out with for this. Because everyone I read, I was like, you bastard. Like, no, you absolute bastard. Right, we'll start off with Kate Pole, who says, for your jackets to forever get caught on door handles as you walk past. Oh no, don't do that to people, Kate. Oh, my son Harrison and Adam Bullivant both have the exact same idea with this one. That both sides of their pillows are warm when they try to go to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Evil.
Evil. Becky Westwood, you can never remember what you went into the room or opened a cupboard for. Evil. Evil. Hannah Rockford, this one made me laugh. Very specific for her and her group. Can never find the leggings you're looking for. Now, Joe Smith, we're going to have words, because this is just pure mean, because she's aimed it at me. It's not a general evil thing, it's just at me. There's a party horn that springs out at Jamie's arse every time I fart. That would fucking hurt. It'd be pretty funny, though, to be fair.
We're going back to the honey thing then, aren't we?
Yeah, every time I fart.
I wonder where she got it from.
Claire Jones. This one just baffles me, but at the same time sounds pretty evil. Can never find your left sock.
Interesting.
You don't have left and right socks. You just have socks.
Yeah, that is interesting.
I suppose if you always put the right one on first, you're like, motherfucker.
Is that because she knows you hate odd socks?
Maybe, because I fucking hate odd socks. No adult should have odd socks. Anyway. Lydia Manson. As I experienced this last night, it's evil to wish this upon someone. Every time you try to use the remote control, your batteries are dead. Evil. Evil. Abby Lloyd. Always feeling like you need to sneeze, but it just never happens. Pure evil. Pure evil. Nina Hewitson. The T-Rex curse, where you itch, but your arms are just too short to scratch it.
Oh, it's always in the middle of your back and you never fucking get it.
Again, pure evil. Graham Arnold. Constant post-urination dribbling.
Oh. Especially when you're at fucking work as well.
Oh, it's the worst.
That'll be the worst. It smell piss every time. Oh, grim. Fucking grim.
Jake Smith. Every table they sit at has an unfixable wobble.
No,
Evil!
no.
Evil! Pure evil. Adam Sedgwick, our friend from Tribe of Ghosts, to perpetually only have one battery for 2 battery items. Again, pure evil. Pure evil.
Fantastic.
PR Brown. Whenever they try to use their whisper voice, all that comes out is a very loud, chickens and pigs aren't the same.
Oh, what a hero. Former guest, PR Brown legend.
Oh. Kirsty Lloyd. This, to me, might be possibly the most evil one of the lot. Every time you want to sit down, you immediately stand up. Oh! Especially as a man, because we've got to do the knee slap thing first as well, so our knees will be killing us by the end of the day. I say that, but Lauren Mayo.
Oh, I knew
you are so evil. Never being able to sleep. Eyes will constantly be open. Who pissed you off, Lauren? You need to talk. Because that's so evil.
Mate, I love you. We get they're evil, all right?
I can't help it.
Only say it after every single one.
Because it is. I used to know someone that used to sleep with their eyes open. It's creepy as fuck.
I sleep with mine half open because I had surgery. So I can't actually fully close my eyes when I sleep, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. Shane Michael, the TV remote never being next to you when you sit down, or every time you put your socks on, you immediately step in something wet. No, Shane.
Yeah.
No. Oh, I'll give you a couple more. Stuart Edwards.
Oh, this really made me laugh.
Every time someone wanks, it sounds like a horn beeping.
Sounds like fucking shipping's coming in.
You'd think something's reversing every time you...
That's beeping. Beep, beep. Cock reversing.
Oh, three more. Phil Jolly. This is just heinous on so many levels. A curse that made the recipient wake up every morning in Coventry. Why would you do that to someone, Phil?
Why Coventry?
Because it's the worst place on the planet.
Interesting.
I really can't stand Coventry. I don't know why. It's just a
Is it because you're from Birmingham? Is that why?
I know it's not a territorial thing. It's just a horrible, horrible place. I remember going once for a work thing, and I was like, I never want to come here again. Every time I was looking out the window, just a horrible, horrible place. Sorry to anyone we know from Coventry. Our good friend Ryan Williams. As always, Ryan has given us a list. And I'm going to say it again, it's a list of pure evil. Every deodorant, body spray, perfume, or cologne you use makes you smell like rotten eggs.
Okay.
All shoes are one size too small, and the only ones that fit you, flip-flops.
No way. I can't walk in them either. I'm fat.
And if it's going to be extra evil, it's going to be the ones that have the thing that go between your toes. You can't wear the sandal type ones.
They have to grip with your toes and you walk. Yeah.
Everything tastes like undercooked pork, except products that have pork. Those things taste like Brussels sprouts.
Well, you'd be all right there.
I'll be all right. I'm quite happy with Brussels sprouts. I'll have me some Szechuan Brussels sprouts. Every purchase you make, you'll get a hologram of a disappointed look and a talk from your mother.
Okay.
Just buy a video. What have I told you about wasting your money? When you'll fart, you'll smell like oranges. However, the only time you're not farting is when you're sleeping. Ryan, I don't know how your mind works, but I'm scared. If you get wet, you turn into the opposite gender with all of that gender's problems of yourself for a day.
Okay.
Like a weird gremlin effect. And last but not least, everywhere you walk, you have a song playing. However, that song is Tiptoe Through the Meadow by Tiny Tim.
Never heard it.
Tiptoe through the meadow, through the meadow. It's so annoying. Incredibly annoying. And last but not least, it's our good friend, Mr. Mally Malpass. He gives us two beautiful suggestions. Now, which one do I go first? As you've got this look that goes last. Okay, I was going to say, the look of anticipation on your face. I'll say that till last. Mally Malpass. When someone has to introduce themselves for the first time, they have to add on to it of House Targaryen, the first of her name, Queen of the Andals and the First Men, Protector of the Seven Kingdoms, the Mother of Dragons, the Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea, the Unburnt, the Breaker of Chains. Every time.
Phenomenal.
I'd never be able to remember that, Mally. But it is a curse, so I have no choice. Why is he giving me two answers that are really fucking hard to say?
There you go.
Here we go. Second from Mally Malpass. Am I going to get this right? A curse that curses the curse to curse in response to anyone cursing. But that curse also curses the cursor to be cursed with the same curse, thus cursing everyone to curse exponentially. Yes! Fucking nailed it. I don't know what it means, but I nailed it.
But basically, the curse that the cursor has given curses them and themselves. And then will then curse everybody else exponentially. So everybody's cursed, basically, including the cursor.
You know what that is? Pure evil.
Is it?
It's pure evil.
I'm so fucking glad you finished. Thank you to everyone that participated in Jamie's fucking participation challenge, even though he did say that in every single one, individually, was pure evil. If you enjoy Jamie's participation challenge, Tom's journal, Callum's Treachings, the really? Why? And the interview, they enjoyed the other 127 editions of the Chronicles of Podcast, wherever you get your podcast from. Yes, there. Excuse me, terribly sorry about that. There really is that fucking many. We're so sorry. So ever so sorry. But we're going to keep going, so deal with it. Anyway, you can come and find us on all streaming services such as Spotify, such as YouTube, such as Google, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts from. I don't know what I'm talking about. I've gone off on a massive tangent here. So essentially, what I want you to go and do is follow us on our social media at TCO Pod. That's what I really want you to go and do. Instagram, Facebook, all that garbage. Follow us at TCO Pod, okay? And subscribe to us on YouTube, mainly, that's the most important one, at the Chronicles of Podcast. That's all social media at TCO Pod and on YouTube, at the Chronicles of Podcast. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to get notified when new videos are released, and comment to your fucking heart's content, please, because that'd be amazing. All right? It would really fucking appreciate it, like you would believe. So make sure that gets done. And Jamie wants to say some shit now.
Yeah, I do. Hopefully I won't trip over my words like you did. Before we get made it, fucking straight away.
Way! That, my friend, is called fucking karma.
Yeah. Before we get out of here, let's say a massive thank you to a few of our friends. Every piece of music you hear on this show is brought to you by the wonderful singer-songwriter Matt Roberts. Go check him out. All social medias at Matt Roberts Music. Go check out all of his back catalogue of music on Spotify. It's all fucking wonderful. And of course, we have to say a massive thank you to Mr. Braden Barry and his saywecanfly.shop. Head on over to saywecanfly.shop. Check out all the wonderful pieces of merch that are on there. It could be some beautiful apparel. It could be some signed lyrics. It could be some CDs, some vinyl. No matter what it is, head on over there, add it to your basket and enter the discount code The Chronicles and get yourself 10% off your order. And last but not least, a massive thank you to the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. They are stamping out prejudice, hatred and intolerance everywhere. And I mean everywhere. This is not a UK issue. This is a global issue where people of the alternative subculture are being treated differently simply because of the way they dress and the music they listen to. Let's bring this to an end now. Do everything you can to help. Head on over to sophielancasterfoundation.com. Spread that message. Help us bring this to an end. And if you are at Primordial this weekend, like Mr. Stevens said, come and say hello to us, grab a beautiful piece of Sophie merchandise and help fly that flag. Last but not least, massive thank you to my wonderful, handsome co-host.
Appreciate you, my friend. Appreciate you like a motherfucking G.
Yeah.
Fam.
Fuck off.
So, well, thanks to you too.
You said fam and ruined it all.
Did I really?
Yeah.
Only according to yourself. Vish, thank you so much for coming on the show. We massively appreciated and loved having you on. It was lovely to hear your story all about Predicted. Make sure you get to Leeds in October the 18th. I want to say, I know it's a Friday night in the middle of October. It's 18th or 19th. I know it's in there somewhere. Probably should have actually done my, actually remembered when it was, but let's just post that on there. But thank you so much for joining us. It was great having you on. It's been fun, mate. Another great episode in the bag.
Great fun.
Absolutely superb. So, as for this week, we will see you all next week for the Chronicles of Coco to Phil.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye! Ta-ta!